Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes!
Before we get into the episode, let me remind you to leave a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel as we are on a road back to 100,000. We can see how many of y'all are not subscribed or watching these videos, and that number's too damn high. So subscribe to the channel. Help the brothers get that new plaque. The plaques is, I'll be honest with you, as a serial content creator that creates a new channel 2 times a year, those plaques hit different, and that's why I got 6 of them. I'm trying to get 7. And these boys need their first one because we didn't keep the last one.
Yeah, because, apparently we didn't get any.
Where is our plaque?
We didn't get
it's
the
not
plaque.
ours.
Yeah, we didn't get the plaque for our hard work.
Yeah.
Didn't want the shit.
I did. I want them all in a trophy case because those are YouTubers' trophies. You got MVP award, 6th Man of the Year.
Keep the name, can't keep the numbers.
Hey,
because we putting them on the board.
Putting them on the board.
You get what I'm saying? Yesterday, a couple days ago, I was at my mom's house and I had these. Like the first projects that Flex ever put out, I got them like life size, and it was a thing. And I'm like, what is this? And it was like something a fan made for us, but we was like animated. Like it was very. I'm gonna show y'all one day. But I forgot that it existed. But it was like through the wire, and it had us on there, and we had like our favorite team hat on or colors or whatever. But we was like very animated. It looked funny. KB looked like Emmanuel Quickly in one of them pictures. Very, very, it was very
That's
crazy.
That's who he did. He did get his style from him.
Now you just talking.
We do share the same stylist. So that's what he's talking about.
I told you.
Oh, well, you need to.
Shout out to Marissa.
You need to step it up, man.
Shout out to Marissa, man.
You need to give Marissa some more. Because your shit don't be looking like he is.
Well, his budget is probably a lot higher than mine.
I'm just talking.
I'll be honest with you.
Now I'm being Mike. I'm just talking. What's up, though, man? How y'all feeling? First and foremost, I will say, today's Saturday, right?
It is.
Today, it must be a busy day. I feel like I could hear some of our neighbors.
Yeah, it's the first time. I came in here, I was like, are they loud? Or do they normally talk like this? Like
when I was pulling up, I don't know. Every time I pull up on Saturdays, I just know it's going to be relatively quiet in the building because it's a weekend.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little different.
But it is a lot of people here for it to be a Saturday. Yeah. Some Saturdays that you come in here and the lot's still kind of full, and I'll be like, wow, a lot of people still working.
Did y'all see the thing on the when you walk in?
Nah.
Oh, I ain't gonna spoil nothing there.
Oh, I did see.
Y'all not very perceptive.
I thought you meant
the keys in.
I thought you meant.
Oh, yeah,
I thought you meant something else, like for the building. You talking about for us?
Yeah.
Mike didn't see it.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. We can get him to see it later.
Right. Everybody saw it.
What am I talking about? Look.
The furniture being built?
No, see, he ain't seen it. That's okay. That's okay.
That's because he. Well, I thought you had them Devin Bookers on.
No.
They do have the same colorway a little bit.
They saying all you wear is flannels. Let's talk about it.
They only see what I wear 2 days out of the week.
A good flannel is a cheat code, though.
It is.
It is a cheat code.
I got some flannels.
I do too.
So it ain't nothing wrong with it.
No.
Put a nice little tee on it.
When you wear them 7 episodes in a row, you know what I'm saying? That's when it starts to, you know what I'm saying? But no, it is what it is.
Hey,
on today's episode,
soon.
we're going to go through a lot of different things. We're going to talk hoops, obviously, and we're going to see which teams / players do we want to hit the panic button on as we get closer and closer to the NBA playoffs. One thing I want to say right off top is I want to change the way I kind of talk and view the game of basketball, right?
Meaning what?
Once I this has been the way for me for the last couple of years, and I feel like it's unfair and it's not a good representation of how I watch the game, that once we get past the deadline, the only teams I really talk about are the teams competing for playoff spots, which makes sense, right? Those are the teams that are going to be playing after April. But there's 30% of the league that won't be making the playoffs, and I'm still watching those teams, but I've elected to not talk about the teams, you know what I'm saying, because I feel like maybe bad for numbers, when in reality, who gives a damn?
It is kind of hard to watch those teams because they kind of suck regardless. So, it's unless their games are close, there's no reason to really watch them. I'm
looking for, especially for them younger teams, as far as player development.
Yeah, player development.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out if there are things that are happening on the second half of the season when nobody's watching. They were like, oh, yeah, in 2024, 2025, Damian Lillard are going to be doing this because the last 3 months of the season, he was doing that, and that's where I'm trying to.
I was looking at the standings yesterday, and I was kind of thinking the same thing when I was watching. It may have been 2 days ago when I was watching the Spurs game because Vic has just been on a tear.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, how many teams can go into the season again thinking we can make the playoffs? And I was thinking, what teams are probably still going to be – Detroit probably still going to be bad next season. Wizards are still probably going to be bad next season. I'm thinking about what teams are going to add to the mix and I can make the hunt.
Just teams that are probably hurt, really. You look at a team like the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yep.
But to me, it's still the NBA. So, like, yeah, the Spurs, am I waking up like, ooh, the Spurs play today? But on any given day, they can do what they did against Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
The Wizards, they was a tough matchup for your Lakers. You know what I mean? Like, it's teams that they'll come to play on any given day. So, on any given night, that's just how I'm viewing it. I'm not really writing off anybody. I'm just not waking up saying, like, hey, man, the Wizards play tonight. But if the Wizards do their thing against the Lakers, I'm tuned in. And I'm hoping that Jordan Poole don't airball that 3 in the corner so he can go into double OT.
Mm-hmm. When I do look for, like, teams, when they're bad teams, they're like, if they're at home or away. Usually when they're away, it's not the best. But, like, I feel like at home, at least you have a little bit of, like, something going your way.
This is the question I'm going to ask y'all. When y'all watching, what are y'all watching?
Like the bad teams?
No, when you're
like
watching, what are you watching?
I watch players usually.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what do you watch? We all watch players, but what are you watching?
I like to watch the fluidity of the offense. I like to see defensive switches, how guys hold their own when they switching. Or I like to look for like little mistakes, like do this dude get beat backdoor often and stuff like that. Is he good when he's off the ball defending? Like, is he engaged still? Is he locked in?
Is that how you watch every basketball that you watch?
I tried to, yeah. Like yesterday when I was watching the Bucks, like they was running sets where Giannis was just getting easy looks, just easy dunk ins and getting dunks, and like I felt like that stuff was very intricate, and like it's very good to see that progression for that team when you talk about playoff time. Because sometimes you're not just gonna be able to just go ISO a team every possession. You got to run sets and get your guys easy looks. Mm-hmm. So that's something that I look at too.
I think I'm a little bit of the opposite in terms of, like, I look at the offensive side more. I'm probably looking, like, who has the ball. I try to, as of late, like, in the past year or so, I try to look more so, like, on the other side, too, like, who's defending, who needs to be in help. But for the most part, I'm watching, like, who stands out as a player. You know, I don't know why, but I always like the concept when I just, like, I'll act like I've never seen basketball before, and I'll be like, who's the best player on the court? You know, like, just try to gauge it that way.
So if you were like a new fan, who would I think is the best?
Yeah, I try to look at it in different aspects, but probably most of the time I'm looking at like who's controlling the game, probably offense. I like a lot of offensive sets too. Like I notice if a team is not doing anything or a team is standing or if a team, like I always mention the Warriors for all their ball. Like I like that type of stuff. So I'm always more on the offensive side.
There's many times where I watch some basketball and I turn my brain off. And this is a thing that I love. I'm not trying to be analytical. I'm not trying to overlook things. And a perfect example of that last night was Pelicans versus Pacers. I was like, this is going to be a game that should be up and down. I'm not trying to figure out who's getting beat where, but let's just watch these teams play basketball. So if you ask me right now, what was the main story of that game, even though I watched until the third quarter, until the end of the third quarter, I'm not sitting here and saying, only thing I know is like Tyrese didn't do a damn thing, which I guess we'll talk about in a little
Brandon
bit.
Ingram showed his ass.
Brandon Ingram had like 15 points in the first quarter. So, and then there's other times like the Boston Celtics versus Dallas Mavericks game. Those are two teams that are fighting for, well, I know Boston is still my favorite. They have been my favorite since they put off the Jrue Holiday trade. But it's like Dallas is like, oh, could Dallas win a playoff series, get to the conference finals, and this is an opportunity for them to go against one of the best teams, if not the best team in basketball. So what are they doing? You know, I try to break it up like that, and then some games that I miss, I might go back and feel like, Jalen Green had 30 against the Suns. How did he get 30? Mm-hmm. It wasn't great, but he did it, you know, and I'm trying to watch Jalen Green do his 30.
Yeah, I can see that. I think another thing that I like to watch is just like coaching strategy as well, like coaches making adjustments out of timeouts. I like a good out of timeout play. I think when you can get an easy look straight out of the time.
Who's the best in the league in it?
Who's the best in the league in it?
Or give me a coach that you like, oh yeah, sideline out of bounds. I know they're going to draw something up.
I know Steve Kerr is pretty good at it. Pop has always been great at it. Spo has always been good at it. It's usually like the top end coaches.
The name that came to mind?
Will Hardy.
Now Will Hardy's pretty good too. Yeah. But Coach Mark Dayton, he's going to draw something up and it's going to work, especially if he got Josh Giddey as the inbounder. Yeah. Like he's one of the best inbounders in basketball, which is
he's 6'7".
Yeah.
Or so.
So
usually the tall passing guys usually want inbounding the ball.
Yeah.
I be trying to look into teams. It'd be real tough.
I was watching.
I'm player centric, especially like with team. Like I'm not really watching the Bulls as a team. Mm-hmm. I'm not watching the Detroit.
Actually, last night was actually pretty funny. It was a very funny game because like the emotions from DeMar was so like he was just they were getting under his skin more so than I've ever seen any team do. Vucevic got ejected.
Yeah.
Like the Bucks were like really getting under their skin, and they really weren't doing anything.
I mean, once you let
Busting
Pat
their
Bev
ass.
score like 8 in a row, that was the funniest part to me. I was crying laughing.
Yeah.
And Pat Bev, Pat Bev, you know the saying, and I say this respectfully: you give somebody an inch and they take a mile.
Yeah.
Man, Pat Bev scored 8 points. You thought he had 40.
Oh, I love it. I love that though.
He going to the crowd. This is my shit.
But I think
This
the
my
Bucks
house.
need that. I
No,
think
they
the Bucks-
definitely
they
need that. But
Bucks need
that's
that.
to me, that's the funny in the comedy. DeMar DeRozan is probably like, man, we garbage. We garbage. Second
He
play of
was
the game, they ain't do the logo 3. I'm damn. I see what type of night this gonna be. But yeah, it's real. For intermediate teams or bottom feeding teams, it's tough for me to view them as teams. I'm real player centric. So the Pistons just played against somebody it might have been the Bulls.
They beat the Bulls.
Okay, and I think like
And they should have beat the Knicks, but the refs saw.
Jalen Duren had like 5 or 6 assists. So I'm looking at shit like that. I'll go back and see how did he get those assists? I think he also had like 4 turnovers. What is he doing? You know what I mean? Why is he getting those turnovers versus like a team thing?
Yeah, I feel like when you're looking at the bad teams, you're not really gonna get good team basketball. You're gonna get more so good individual performances, unless you're coached by Popovich, where they run a system. You could see that they pass, cut, move, screen, but like a team like the Pistons, Cade finna get in his bag. And Cade,
But I feel like that about the NBA in general. I'm going to more watch team shit in college basketball.
okay.
In the playoffs, you're gonna have some matchups and some shit, but it's really gonna be the players. Your player is going to
Luka's
either
definitely gonna be like,
Exactly.
the guy you want to watch.
We're not gonna sit up here and act like Jason Kidd is just really. And it's not to take anything away from any coach, but I just feel like the NBA, especially when we talk about those good ass teams, you're gonna have some few things that's going on, but for the main thing,
Your best player got to bring it home.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm on the same wave as P in terms of like I said offense, but it's like the player too. Like I tune in for players a lot of the time too. Same when I was talking about the Spurs, like it was Vic I'm tuning in for.
for sure,
You know.
sure.
But
And every once in a while, you would like when the Jazz was hot and they had like a complete team effort. Then you know it's a style and it's the
Yeah.
coaching, something like that. But that's like
it's-
rare.
I
That's
mean-
super rare. Or when fresh off the trade deadline, Hornets was hooping.
now they can't
They
score
was. I
around
think you
you.
got to find excitement and like after the trade deadline, there is that buzz.
they've been against some tough matchups though. Didn't
After
they
the
play the
trade
Bucks
line-
twice?
Back to back, yeah. And the
There's
Bucks
that
look
buzz.
so
That'll
damn good.
that'll put your light out quick playing them boys twice with a chip on their shoulder.
It's excitement after that trade deadline just because it's that buzz of like new people moving around. But yeah, almost like 60 games into the season. For the average person, they don't want they're not going to watch every single minute of the basketball. So I think you do got to find that excitement and look for something to like get that motivation.
You know what's exciting? The Milwaukee Bucks right now. Since Doc Rivers has taken over, the defense has been better. They got the 3rd best transition defense in basketball in that span. The actual stats of their defense is still around league average, but I think they've been unlucky with the opponent three-point shooting, where teams are making more threes. The offense has shifted a little bit. That's also around league average at this time, but I think they also got extremely unlucky with their three-point shooting. But it's cool to see because, like, if you look at Malik Beasley's shot attempts with Adrian Griffin versus with Doc Rivers, they're prioritizing the three-point shot a lot more. Brook Lopez is taking 2 more threes a game. Malik Beasley's taking 2 more threes a game. Damian Lillard, and this is a stat I read this morning, his overall efficiency and his productivity has dropped under Doc Rivers. Even though he's getting to the basket more than before, he's getting less foul calls. Yesterday he had the couple big shots, but like I'm enjoying it. Now these stats were against the Hornets twice, the Bulls last night. They're about to go through the gauntlet right now,
But
so we're
KB,
gonna really see.
These are the type of games that before under Adrian Griffin, where they would let these teams come out and hang with
Yeah,
them.
I mean,
they coming out and taking care of business now.
One of their worst losses was under Doc Rivers. It was right before the deadline. I mean, right before All-Star when they lost to Memphis.
Yes,
right.
G.G.
That was one of the
Jackson,
worst
yeah.
losses. But Yeah, they've been taking care of business. Again, the Hornets came into those 2 games on a 4-game win streak.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We look great. It's the Grant Williams team now all of a sudden. They're like, no, y'all not scoring over 90 this game. Oh, y'all not even hitting 100. And then last night, I don't remember what the Bulls ended up with, but again, it was a defensive masterclass from the Bucks.
Hey, Ayo hit a 3 and then gave y'all about 89. I remember that in the fourth quarter. That's like the last memory I have before I turned that shit off.
And then Giannis is doing his thing. I think 46 last night. He continues to dominate.
Hey, bro, he was on some other stuff yesterday.
Yeah.
Like he
National
was, he
TV
was,
game.
he was dribbling up the court.
Yeah, because I'm like, why the Bulls starting at 9? Then
He was coming up the court, sizing up, pull up 3, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But apparently, since the All-Star break, he's been shooting like over 40% from 3. That's what people were saying in my comment section. I haven't looked at his numbers post the All-Star break,
Yeah.
but he's been shooting the ball from 3 pretty good post All-Star break. So
It's the perfect time to get it all going. Again, their
Yes.
schedule coming up is
I think this shows
ridiculous.
who they are as a team.
But that's why I like these matchups where like you have the Hornets twice because it's just like playing the actual game in itself. Sometimes you got to get a couple easy ones.
Yes,
you
got
come
to.
out and you go. That's what I tell my little brother. You come out, you might the first 3 shots you get maybe some 3s. Right now, if you on 3, hey, I'm gonna be in the stands like, man, go get you an easy one, get a layup, get fouled, make a free throw. And I feel like the game, those type of games for a team like the Bucks those are the. No disrespect, but it's a layup for them.
No,
it's
like
a
that
layup to
confidence,
get going.
that
So
morale.
now, once you get into this tough stretch, you good. You charged up. You got some
Yes.
momentum. It's rolling, and now you can start having things click. You need some easy shit to get things to click. Obviously, you would love it to start clicking against anybody, but sometimes it's the NBA. You got to get you a couple easy ones, get hot, get the momentum on your side, and once you start to feel good, you start to play good. And then the dubs start to pile up. So I like it for them, and I do agree with that. I'm always a big believer in that. People be talking about this and that. You got to beat the bad teams.
Yeah, you
got to
beat
beat the
too.
bad. Yeah, you got to beat the bad teams.
If you let a team like the Wizards come in and you only win by 2, you looking like, damn, we barely got by.
Sound like a shot being sent.
Oh no,
Sound like a shot being
was.
sent.
but
That's
like,
how we just beat the Clippers before that. It's all right.
but like now they finna go on their Cali trip, which is gonna be very tough. And I'm interested to see how they play in this because they are a team that always had a few question marks. And now under Doc Rivers, he has to go into now his toughest stretch as a head coach of this team. So it's going to be very fun to see.
It's the Clippers, Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, Kings, 76ers, Suns, Celtics. That's insane. Then they got
7 games?
Yeah, then they got the Nets, and then the Thunder, then the Lakers again, then the Pelicans. Like
That's
these
tough.
next 11 games are going to tell us everything we really need to know about the Bucks.
What makes you happy in that 7-game stretch,
Like what I think
record-wise?
9-2.
Oh my God! No,
7 games?
They're damn near the favorite.
Oh, you said 7? No,
The
he said
7.
11.
But them 7 games though.
Oh, the 7
That
games.
first 7 he named.
6-1.
If they walk out 6-1, we
Yeah.
talking about them being
Yeah,
that
For
team.
sure. That mean they
That's
beat
the
the
gauntlet.
Clippers, they beat the Warriors,
And
they
then
beat the
Lakers, Clippers again, the
Suns, Like,
And I feel like one of those got to be a back-to-back too.
Let's.
I'm assuming. I would
They
think I would be
are-
happy if I walked out 5-2, I would be happy.
The only back-to-back they got is March 20th to the 21st, which is Celtics on the first leg and then Nets on the second. So, that don't count.
yeah.
So that's probably and
that's the best case scenario out of all
Yeah,
those.
they
I
got-
was
they
thinking
got
that's
one
probably
they got.
back at home too, right?
They play Boston in Boston.
Okay, that might
And
be
then
an L right there.
And then
They come back
they
home.
fly home.
Oh, okay.
They fly home that night.
Boston
Get
at home is tough.
Yes.
Yes, it is. I mean,
Boston at
In
home
general,
this
it's tough.
season.
aren't they only lost 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, I think they lost their first game to the Nuggets.
we remember that was a big deal.
Yeah, that was when Jamal Murray and Jokic was just on something else.
Taking care of the bad teams is the staple, though. The Celtics are 22-1 against sub-500 teams. Cavaliers 25-3. Bucks are 28-8, which is the worst record of the top 4. And then the Knicks are 23-2. Out west, things are get a little bit more iffy. You
Because the
got
teams are better.
the below 500 teams are
Yeah.
better. You got because you're not going against the Pistons 4 times.
The Wizards, yeah.
19-5 for the Timberwolves, 19-6 for OKC, 20-4 for Denver.
And we saw the Spurs will beat you.
Yes,
Yes.
they can.
Spurs beat the Suns, they beat the Thunder.
Can we
Spurs
talk?
will
That
beat
game
you.
was so fun, bro.
Spurs will beat you, man.
One of the most fun games of the season. Because now Chet and Wemby have now gone against each other 3 different times. The first time was national TV. It was ass.
Yeah.
It was like lights were too bright for both of these dudes. I think it was like 8 points and then 7 points. It,
It was
like
actually kind
nothing.
of crazy that was such a deflating debut for both.
Yes.
It was like And it was during rivalry week too, so the
Yes.
NBA like hyped it up and like it was all this buzz around, and then it's just
Neither of them did nothing.
yeah.
Second time around, I don't remember, but the third time around, Chet has such a good game, and it's buried because Wemby did everything.
He just looks so comfortable out there, like
Yeah.
compared to the obviously the first game that they had. Like, and he could do whatever he wanted out there. Like, if he wanted to pull up three, go ahead. It was gonna be money. I seen one of the pressure plays. I thought, and I don't even remember if they capitalized, but he had caught the ball on the sideline, and like he kind of bumped him off him a little bit, dribbled the baseline, and he had a crazy pass to like in the paint to one of his teammates, and they just like they kind of threw it out. But I'm like, that's a 7'5" dude, 7'4" dude.
7'4".
That's kind of playmaker for your team, and it's just like, man, I feel like if he put on just a little bit more to where he can kind of push people around, you can't stop
It's
him.
a 3-point shooting for me.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah.
Hey,
It is.
like
That actually fit. It sounded good. I like it.
you
Because I
like
think
that?
I don't know what he's.
I thought it was gonna be forced.
He
No,
started
no,
this season at like percentage wise, but I felt like he would take them. It just wasn't really going.
No,
there,
he's
but
been
now,
this last I say month. I think he been damn near like 40-something%. But
yeah, you can see it.
to me, that was always my biggest thing. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't come in looking at Chet as a stretch or like a 3-point shooter. I just knew he could make some, but I felt like that was an overrated part of his game that a lot of people fell in love with just because he's 7'5". But now he's making them, and like you said, he can make them off the catch. He can make them off a pull up. You know what I mean? And I'm saying it. I'm taking it with a grain of salt because I don't want him to fall in love with it and all of a sudden just be, chucking up threes. But I do love the fact that he is comfortable with taking them, especially that he hit the dagger. The dagger of the
did.
game was a three. So
he didn't. I think that just makes a matchup nightmare. 'cause
Exactly.
You're gonna have to put somebody bigger on him because just why would you put anybody under like 6'6" on him or anything?
So in the
But it's
last
just-
20 games, he's shooting 48% from the field, 17 attempts, and from three, 5 attempts a game, 38%. That's insane.
phenomenal.
That's insane.
Phenomenal. And this is why at the beginning of the season I said that this dude should average 30 over the course of his career. Because if he's able to knock down shots like that at 38, 39%, plus he's going to get to the free throw line as he continues to build his body. Once we start to count in the easy ones, just off hitting 3 threes in a game, that's 9 points.
And having a guard that'll get him the ball when he's streaking down the paint.
He should be shooting 7 to 10 free throws in the prime of his career night. That's already
20 points down.
Damn,
should
at
easily-
20
He's
points.
already at 5 attempts per game.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
and
saying?
Without much
He
help.
should easily get 7 layups, 7 dunks, just easy.
And you know what? Like, how many times have
he's
y'all
at a
seen?
dub with threes and free
How
throws.
many times have y'all seen somebody kind of not even throw like a good lob, just throw it up there and he dunks
makes it
it
happen,
from
yeah.
like 5,
His
6
catch
feet out.
radius is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be one of the best we've ever seen.
This is a stat from our good friend Anthony. Victor Wembanyama finished with 47 blocks in February. That is the same total as the entirety of the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks, and 5 more blocks than more than 5 other teams.
in that. Mitchell Robinson been hurt.
You know what's funny, bro?
We got no rim protector. It's like Alex Caruso probably got most of ours. Wait, more blocks than the Hornets, the Kings, the Clippers, the Heat, and the Blazers. That's Wemby by himself.
Do you
versus all
remember
those
I
teams.
told you, this was like maybe a couple weeks ago, I told you I made it like a bet slip and I was like, I put Wemby in there for like 4 or 5 blocks. This one he had like 9 or something. I've been taking just like 3 or 4 blocks it hit every
He
time.
doing it, bro.
None of the other stuff hit, but he gonna hit.
On last episode, we tried to predict the next 5 years, right? And then we had the conversation about like, oh, who's the face of the league in 2 years? There is no question who it is. It is Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
There's no,
And what,
there's
in
no
2 years?
question. In 2 years. In 2 years. That's all it's gonna take. I don't even think you need to be on one of the top 2 teams to be the face of the league. He's good on the microphone, and he's generated the most amount of views in NBA history, social media-wise. He's doing crazy stuff. He's going to make an all-defensive team as a rookie. He's going to block stuff every single night, and his numbers should only get better as long as he is
in 2
healthy.
years, technically, LeBron will still be in the league, so he won't be the face.
Okay. He's the runner-up for face of the league.
He one of those
once,
people.
Once Bron is gone.
He's one of those, it's 12:01, it's the next day.
I'm not going extreme to that level. I'm just trying to figure out if somebody can be the face that fast. Because in order to become the face, you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to like LeBron became a face.
But there's this hangover, right? Because LeBron, we've always had the next guy up. Like Kobe was in the league, then Bron came to the league. MJ then it passed on. There is no like, here's your crown yet, right? There's nobody even really in contention. You could talk Jason Tatum, you could talk Luka Doncic, all these other guys, and they're amazing, phenomenal basketball players. When you talk about face of the league, most marketable player, it's the alien dude that's 7'4", that can hit a three from the logo, can block shots, and might win 7 DPOYs in his career, and is good on the microphone.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
You saw him in a Louis Vuitton shoot?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He just got that bag.
It's him. Now, being the face of the league don't mean you're the best in the league.
No.
Right? You don't have to be the best in the league.
He gonna have to.
But
He gonna have to.
I can say this with almost certainty. The next season, when we talk at the end of the season, we're gonna be talking about him being top 15. That's year 2. Going to year 3, he's gonna be top 10. Going to year 4.
You, next year's gonna be year 3. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Next year's gonna be year 3. I just think I don't know, because I don't want to get up here and I'm not against Wemby. I rock with Wemby. But is he gonna be the face of the league because he's the face of the league, or because he's this tall alien dude?
It's because of him though. Like we've had tall players all the time, alien type guys all the time,
and they wanted them to be that, but because they didn't.
I think he embraces it a little bit too.
They didn't like when Yao came. I understand everybody wasn't NBA guys then.
Yeah.
When Yao came over, it was a big deal. Yao Ming was a big deal.
Literally.
They wanted that to be bigger than it turned out to be. And obviously Wemby is going to be better than Yao. I'm praying because, Yao had injury. We don't want that. We don't want that for Victor Wembanyama at all. But I'm just saying sometimes you also have to, and Wemby is going to be much better on the microphone and all that shit to be. I'm sorry. The Philadelphia 76ers is signing somebody. I thought it was, TJ. I woke up to TJ Warren. So I'm like, let me see what's going on. Baby. You feel me? I'm like, let me see. But yeah, Wemby is going to be more marketable and things like that. But when I think about like LeBron, Kobe, them guys being a face, it's because they were like the best players in the league. And, that I'm just saying 2 years from now, I'm not saying that it won't happen. I'm just curious to see if he is going to be.
On the technicality, Darrick is right. LeBron will be in the league still, so he will be the face. But once LeBron is done, and
what if somebody else come out?
I guess it's possible.
Yeah. That's better.
What if Cooper Flag say, "Stop playing on me, KB beat you"?
the Adam Silver's still super happy about it.
You got 2 faces of the league.
Steph and LeBron.
Steph and LeBron.
Nah.
Steph and LeBron.
Nah, you got to take that shit.
Somebody got.
Wemby better not go for that.
Oh.
Cooper Flag versus Wemby. I'm rocking Wemby.
Hey, you not wrong. Better rock with the 7'5" dude. They can do everything.
Hell yeah,
do everything. Best passer.
I don't even know what
already.
position Cooper Flag play. He got to be a 4. Got to be a 4. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I kind of like where we in that we don't know the face, but it kind of also makes me nervous because having a faceless game is gonna be.
It's gonna be bad for business if there's no.
And they're gonna try to force it. They're going to try to force it, and that's what I don't want. If it's going to be Wemby, I want it to be Wemby because he is naturally the guy.
Like
if it's going to be Tatum, I want it because Tatum is the guy. If it's going to be Luka, but don't be forcing that shit. That's where I kind of pause my brakes is when I feel like they be trying to force shit because when you gotta come hoop. I don't care how you sound on the microphone and what you do in the commercial. You gotta come hoop.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when they turn on the camera, people getting their money's worth. That's why LeBron James is the guy for so long. When you turn that TV on, LeBron is giving something because he got half of a nation that want him to lose, and he got a half a nation that want him to win. But regardless, he does it in fashion. When he win, 3-1 comeback. When he was losing, getting his ass swept.
Who do y'all think? What do y'all think Victor Wembanyama
Phenomenal.
ranks in jersey sales so far this season?
Top 15.
I really don't know. Is it gonna be super high? I haven't seen a bunch of Wemby jerseys besides when I watch a Spurs game. We was at All-Star. I didn't see several Wemby jerseys.
But I would also consider the fact that he has a whole country.
You did?
Yeah.
He has a whole country behind him that's not here.
So does Rudy Gobert.
Same country.
That is true. But Wemby's more marketable, so I'm gonna probably go 14th.
14th.
I'm gonna go top 25.
25.
Top 15.
He's number 4.
Behind who?
Behind Steph Curry,
LeBron,
Jason Tatum, LeBron, Wemby.
Who was 5th?
Giannis. Then Luka Doncic. Then Devin
I'm
Booker,
getting old.
Kevin Durant. Tyrese Maxey cracks into the top 10.
I'm getting old. I haven't seen none of that.
Damian Lillard is number 10.
Austin Reeves still up there?
Austin Reeves is not in the top 15 at least. He might be 16 now.
Grady
Not in
Dick
the
ain't
top
up there?
15. Huh?
Grady Dick ain't up there yet.
Grady Dick is not there.
Oh,
You need to
I
buy
thought
your
they were.
jerseys.
I thought the frat
I
boys
thought the
was going to
college,
kill that
college
one.
kids about to blow them numbers.
Just
out
wait till we
The
get
hands-
to Lollapalooza
The
season.
Hinsdale
Oh,
Southians. The Hinsdale Southians.
Oh yeah, it's not like festival season.
Yeah, just wait. Grady Dick will be top 15.
Damn.
Trust.
So Steph's still number one?
Steph is still number one. See, people are still buying Steph jerseys.
That makes
Does
sense.
that count
12 years
jerseys
later.
too?
Yes, that's a jersey. That should be. That's a jersey.
I
When
want
you
to do those
buy
stats
when you
match.
buy one of those, it says jersey.
So it counts jerseys, any team merchandising with the name. So yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Bet.
So even bobbleheads would count. Steph Curry's number one.
Oh,
But yeah, that's what it is. Can you rank the top 9 teams then? As
With-
far as
in
mark,
jersey sales?
The Warriors.
merchandise. Warriors are number 3.
the
Lakers.
The Lakers are number 1.
the 76ers.
76 are not in the top 9. I'm sorry, they only got the top 9 for whatever reason.
New York Knicks.
The Knicks are number 8. 76 are number 5. Sorry.
I
The
figured,
list is cut off.
they had Joel and Max.
Yes, they were number 5. Sorry,
Bucks.
Philadelphia. Bucks are number 4.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Chicago Bulls.
Number 6.
What?
It's just merchandise.
Market.
Like,
Oh,
just market.
yeah.
it.
I mean, Jordan jerseys still count as Bulls jerseys.
They do.
Did y'all say number 2?
The Spurs? Did we say the Spurs?
Spurs are number 9.
Okay.
Boston?
And that's like almost exclusively Wemby. Motherfuckers is not pulling up with no Jeremy Sohan jersey. I'm sorry.
But you
Yeah,
just said it all the
correct.
time, so that means Tim Duncan.
People are not
Manu.
pulling up in Tim Duncan jerseys.
Think
Derek.
about when we was growing up. How many Tim Duncan jerseys you seen? For him to be the player he was,
You didn't see a lot.
because we
of them.
seen Kobe's.
I seen more Ginobili.
We seen Iverson's. We saw.
I
who
saw
else was
Steve
popular?
Francis before I saw
Is
Tim
Boston up
Duncan.
there?
Boston's number 2. Yes.
You saw Ginobili's.
I've
You ain't
seen
seen
a few
no damn
Ginobili
Ginobili's.
How many do we have left?
You could
I
probably
don't know
count on
what
your
you
hand how
said.
many Ginobili's you seen. He probably know one person that has Ginobili's. I seen Ginobili's. You the same person that thought he had a
I was
right.
just thinking
Come on,
that.
man.
I had a
want a
KG
Ginobili
jersey.
Huh?
I had a Kevin Garnett jersey.
Boston or Minnesota?
Ginobili is one
Minnesota.
that probably would have popped in this time because we have the internet. But you couldn't just walk in a store and get a Ginobili jersey.
I don't know if y'all said Suns were 7, Knicks were 8, and number 10 was Dallas Mavericks. I think those are the ones.
I
that
would
y'all
not have
used.
guessed the Mavericks.
Hey, Luka and Kyrie.
Where's
Oh.
Luka at the jersey? A 5th, you said?
Luka was sitting at number 6.
6.
LaMelo
pretty
Ball's
good.
13.
That makes sense to me.
And the best player in basketball, who we agree is Jokic. Where is he sitting?
22.
14th.
14th,
Right
exactly
behind
14th.
LaMelo.
So speaking of jerseys, let's shift gears a little bit because the Clippers announced a rebrand earlier this week, where they're still going with the Clippers name, but they changed the logo to make it feel like a naval ship, which I guess is what a Clipper is.
Yeah.
New jerseys, of course, they got the new arena opening at the beginning of the next season. How did y'all feel about the rebranding of the Clippers?
I wasn't too against it. I like the logo is a little. It's okay. It's not. It doesn't wow me. It doesn't blow me away. But the main thing I was thinking about this. I didn't notice, but like the Clippers originally played in San Diego. Before. That's news to me. I didn't know that. I learned that recently. I would have loved to see them move out of Los Angeles and go back to San Diego.
You just love San Diego.
No, I'm just saying because as long as they're in LA, I know they're going to be at a Staples Center or Crypto, whatever you
Hey.
want to call it. They're still going to be looked at as like
Hey.
the little brother of LA because
Hey.
it's a Laker town. They should go get their own city. What?
You know how much money they lose if they do that?
we finna start. You finna start doing some work.
What?
You ain't never see Bob McAdoo
You
in the baby blue jerseys?
you be saying stuff that you need to do some more work.
At least he was honest about it.
No, for sure. But like even when we did the shit and we was asking him, do he know who Clyde Frazier is or Dominique Wilkins? Remember that at the last studio?
Yeah.
It ain't nothing.
You're a
that's
lot
bad.
better than you are.
It's nothing that's bad, but no way you thought they played in Los Angeles fair. You know the Lakers ain't always playing Los Angeles too, right? You know that, right?
I forgot where they played at, but I know it wasn't always in LA.
Is it Minneapolis?
Yes.
Yeah. You know the Bulls played in Detroit first, right?
No, they didn't.
I'm just thinking that shit.
Bro, that was
catch.
so funny. He was like, oh.
Where did they play? Oh, they just called the Chicago Stags then, and then they changed it.
You know the Bulls played in Iowa first, right? Just start making up shit.
I like the New Jerseys. I mean, the logo's kind of whatever, but I like the jerseys a lot.
San Diego should get a team though. Let's invest in one.
Oh yeah, they were the Chicago Stag, then the Chicago Packers.
No way we called ourselves the Packers.
Yeah. And that's
Green Bay still in swag.
Yeah.
But I never knew about the Clipper, like, that was a ship, though.
I swear to God,
I didn't know that.
Now that I didn't know. I'm only knowing shit about basketball. What it mean, I don't know. It took me a long time. As a kid, I didn't know what a spur was.
Yeah.
I probably was a teenager when I found out what a real spur was on the back of the cowboy boot. I ain't know. I was 7 years old talking about let's go Kobe and knowing what a spur was. What is a Sonic?
That's a little hedgehog thing that run fast.
Yeah. I don't think they should have anything to do with the Sonic the game at all. But I always like when teams rebrand and they go back. So I like when you try to get away. Every team goes through that when they had their little 90s brand and they try to push away from it to get a little bit more mature. But I like to go back. I like the original, like not the super San Diego original, but I like the Los Angeles Clippers 2000s, Sean Livingston with the big white, whatever that was. I don't know if that was a Clipper because I don't know what a Clipper is. And then boom. I wish they would have embraced that more and just made that you dig. So
I'm personally not mad at it. I just hate that every single logo ends up being just this circular thing of like, you know what I'm saying? It's just it always ends up a circle. All of the what are the greatest sports logos? There's one answer. Yes, the Chicago Bulls is the greatest sports logo of all time. It has pointy edges. Every single rebrand of new thing is circular. Here's our thing in the middle. Are we a basketball team? Hell, throw a basketball in there somewhere and put the name around the side.
I've seen a lot of people try to do like rebrands of a logo.
The Celtics logo is hard.
And it kind of comes out as like an esports logo. You ever seen those? Where it's kind of like, it's not going to be a circular, but it looks very generic. You know what I'm saying?
I love the Celtics logo. I think the New York Yankees logo is iconic.
Mm-hmm.
I like that old Sixers logo with the ball flame. That's always one of my favorites.
From the AI era?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that a flame? Is that what that is?
I thought it was like the ball on fire. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never really.
Well, that's what I was, or like.
That's how I always interpreted it.
I remember when you drew it and we was like, is that the Heat?
The Heat logo is nice.
I like the Heat logo too.
Yeah.
The best thing about the rebrand though, they have the red jerseys. That red jersey is hard.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna end up being one of the better jerseys in the league. The other ones are cool, but that red one, if I was a Kawhi Leonard fan, best believe I would have that jersey. But
I just also feel like their logo doesn't help the casual fan. It doesn't catch the casual fan's eye. You're not gonna really know what that is. It's gonna it looks kind of obscure and it looks kind of clunky. Like there's a lot going on.
You know who got the worst logo? The Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah. I used to like the old Toronto logo.
With the dinosaur.
Oh, yeah, the dinosaur, yeah.
The raptor.
But everybody hated it back then.
I don't know why.
That's nostalgia. Like in the time, like Vince Carter talked about this recently.
Corny.
That everybody hated the big Barney jerseys, the big Raptors. Like it's too out there. And now we look back on it and say, damn, them jerseys hard.
You know what was raw? The Warriors old one. This one right here, when it was actually a Warrior.
Yeah.
Well, then they had the worst mascot of all time.
Yeah.
It was just a dude dressed in a suit that looked like that guy. Didn't do anything special, just a guy.
I wonder, why would the NBA as teams go away from what people like? I feel like their logos aren't to cater to fans. It's more so just what they want to do.
I think it's, you referring to what exactly?
I feel like the logos have regressed instead of progressed.
So I think that their goal when you're making a new logo is to try to be neutral, right? Don't try to sway people too far one way. So like what I would say about these logos is that they're fine. And fine is okay and fine is marketable. But if you go too far left where you got all these jagged edges, 50% of fans might love it, 50% of fans might hate it. And now that 50% of fans that hate it ain't gonna mess with it. But if we stay very neutral, well, I guess I'll get me a Kawhi jersey. I mean, it ain't terrible. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like every brand plays it very, very safe with it.
Nobody got better logos than MLB. Red Sox logo, sign me up.
We should just have
White Sox logo, sign
a lot
me
more
up.
jerseys.
I think soccer
And the White Sox
badges are crazy.
And I also think like something like the White Sox logo. People who don't even watch baseball will wear White Sox merch.
Yes.
I don't really see that with some of these.
I see
NBA
people
logos.
I see rappers who not even from Chicago wear White Sox hats.
But also
it's just black.
Baseball and hats are so synonymous, so it's easy to rock a baseball
Yeah, I don't
hat,
want.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not wearing shit if it ain't.
I'm not wearing no Bulls hat.
Nah, not at
You know
all.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just don't fit. But also, I'm not just wearing a Bulls jersey either. Because, like, I feel like basketball is jerseys, baseball is hats. You know
Baseball
what I'm saying?
jerseys go hard though.
They do. They
I
do.
love-
I love baseball
I like
jerseys.
Because at
baseball
least they got the
jerseys more,
sleeves
yeah.
on it, so you can
Yeah.
kind of play it as a shirt.
wear
You
your
know what's
LeBron
above that, though?
jersey. Soccer.
Hockey jersey.
I know
Oh,
you
yeah,
about to
hockey.
say hockey
Hockey jerseys
jersey.
are
He
elite,
go to
bro.
one hockey game.
But no, I've always had a hockey
Yeah, hockey
jersey.
jerseys are raw. When they was winning championship, I remember my dad came through with a Patrick Kane jersey, and I'm like, that shit actually hard.
Yeah, they
Did they have King jerseys for sale there?
no, they didn't have any for sale. But best
He don't
believe
play-
it
he
was
don't play with
it was
us.
a million of them in the arena.
We ain't rocking with dude like that.
It was a million of them in the arena.
But yeah, I love baseball. And I know they changed the name, but like, even like the Cleveland Indians, like when that logo, I know they changed it, or whatever. But that logo used to be hard to me. I ain't trying to say it like that. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm just saying I just like how like they take their team. And the Orioles is an actual Oriole.
Yeah.
Sometimes the NBA teams.
they make
is-
a embodiment of whatever the logo
yeah.
is.
Obviously, the Indians stuff. That's why we moved past it. But like, I think even that coming with a name like the Braves, they got like the little whatever that is.
The tomahawk.
Is that what that is?
They do a tomahawk chop.
Yeah, it's like that makes sense. The Blue Jays, even in the old fashioned one,
It's just a Blue Jay.
it's a Blue Jay faced this way with the Jays. It's just like, you know what I mean? But like if we do NBA logos,
NBA logos are just people that say like graphic design is my passion. You know, and a lot of them.
I just think they do too much. I think simplicity is key with some of these logos.
But no, I think that's the problem. All of them are
They're
too
too
damn
simple.
simple.
They're too simple.
They're too simple.
like that
the Rockets should not have a basic logo. That is the best
Yes,
name
they
to
could-
ever have.
they could
Houston
elevate that.
Rockets. When they put the
That's
dude
why, yes,
in the
bro.
middle,
The, yes, the
that shit was
astronaut,
so
the logo,
hard, bro.
The astronaut
And you was
logo
like,
in the
that's
middle.
Jalen Green.
Yeah, I was like, I'm mad because we was playing they were playing the Lakers. I'm like, I'm mad they busting our ass on this raw ass court.
That shit
you a
should
Travis
be.
Scott fan?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. All right.
That shit should be the logo. They just got this rocket
big
with
R,
the
right?
ring around it.
Yeah.
That shit weak. The Hawks.
Could be a lot
The
better.
Hawks' best shit is when they had the
The
Hawk in
Hawk
the middle of the
spread.
jersey.
Come
Yes,
on, man.
come on.
What are they doing? Everything is a circle and it's a side profile or whatever it is supposed
everything
to
is regressed. There's no progression
be.
with
The
the
big
logo.
Hulk was so hard.
Come
Yes,
on.
bro.
Let's talk about it.
So hard.
I remember when the Detroit Pistons had the teal. Now that's nostalgia because when I was younger, that shit was ugly. That was so ugly to me when Grant Hill was out there with the brown teal. I don't even know if that's brown. That's like a dark red, not even maroon. That shit was ugly. But when I look back on it, I'm like, that shit kind
Hey,
of.
but guess what they had to do?
They brought him off his back.
They had the no. I mean, the new logo had to be a circle. Had to have,
Oh,
a,
they circled
had
it?
to have a basketball in it, so people know this is a basketball team. It can't be anything else. We have to let the world know that we play basketball with the Pistons.
How do y'all feel about the Grizzlies? The new one versus the old one.
Oh, the old one
Yeah.
it's 30 times. It's
Yeah,
30
this one-
times.
this
It's
one
30
is-
times.
Hey, but I also don't mind the new one either, though.
Yeah.
You know who we got to give a little bit of credit to for like trying some out there stuff? The Heat, for when they came out, like they had those bubblegum like jerseys.
Oh,
Then they also
talking
got
about the Miami Vice stuff.
They got
I thought
those
you were
White
gonna
jerseys.
say
on
that.
white, white fire, white
I
flame.
thought he was about to say
No,
the
I'm
Heat
talking
culture
about-
So
shit.
he coached.
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm
about
not
to say.
giving
They
them
at
no.
least tried
They don't get
something.
no credit
Hey,
for
They
the
at
Heat
least
culture.
tried
real,
something.
real shit.
Fuck that.
I,
That
so I
stuff
don't
sucks.
mind
Real
it.
shit.
What?
That Detroit Pistons shit is terrible. I'm looking at
The teal ones?
No, the circle one versus
it's bad.
actual having
Oh,
a
the-
piston.
It's bad.
A
Yeah.
piston is something. The only team that don't really need something because it's like what's a Nick?
A Knickerbocker?
What is that?
Isn't it a pair of like underwear pants or something?
Yeah, just keep the basic Knicks logo. The
Just have a
Pacers.
grown
What's
as a
pa-
mascot, a grown man and a pair of Knickerbockers.
What's a
no
pacer?
shirt.
What's a pacer?
A runner.
Something to do with
Isn't something with
speed
running?
and
Yeah,
cars,
Just keep the P.
You know?
Uh,
Because it's India 500 be
Yeah, something
it's
like that.
about
Yeah.
racing.
I remember
Magic.
I was reading
the
something.
Magic had the actual Dawn thing with the Now they just got the ball with like the little
The
again.
little sparkles
I
or
don't
whatever
mind the
come out.
Magic one though.
Go back to the Magic. Go back to the Magic. And
Oh, it's
Knickerbocker is a New Yorker. They saying.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
so just a guy's like, hey,
I'm into things where I'm into things where you symbolize what you are. The hawk being in the middle.
the problem is just everybody. There's not enough animals in the league.
But
Like,
you
how
don't
do
have
you
to be
become-
animal.
No,
The
how do you have
Jazz
an
having a
embodiment of a
jazz
Nick, right?
note was dope.
So we
was
just got to
decent.
add some new animals.
Just add new animals.
The Cavaliers with the cat
New
with the
York
knife going through it.
axolotls.
The
Hell
what?
no.
Axolotls.
Nah.
No,
Come
I
on.
know what that is.
You the animal
don't?
guy.
What's the axolotl?
No.
What?
I think you're saying it wrong. Axolotl.
Axolotl.
Oh, I thought it was axolotus.
No.
Oh.
You don't know that? Look it up.
I don't know what that shit is then either.
What? I thought for sure for you being the
Me,
animal
yeah,
guy.
he would know.
I
He
don't think I've ever heard. How do you spell
He
that?
made he made up
It's
some
somewhat.
shit.
It started with an X.
I
I'll tell
know,
you that.
that's-
I'll tell you that. Don't ask nothing else. Bro, I saw axolotls at the store the other day.
At the store.
Yes.
Like
the
when we
st-
at the pet store?
Yes.
What was you looking for?
Just daddy
Oh,
water
just-
day.
okay.
What other store he was gonna be at?
I don't know. He said the
Walgreens
store.
got axolotls.
Yeah, it was at Gulf Galaxy, and I saw it.
I got a picture. Don't worry. You ain't got to Google it. Let me find the picture of the axolotls. But yeah, bro. I mean,
Is it like a dog?
yeah.
Oh, it's a dog?
No, it's a fish. I mean, okay. We gonna move past it. It's an animal that lives in the water.
Oh.
I don't even know if I can call it a fish.
So it's
though.
probably an amphibian.
Yep. Let's say yes. to that,
Biology
Derek.
guy right there.
But I'm actually so surprised with you being the
Hey.
animal guy, animal expert.
Hey,
What's up?
you need to do some work.
Who, me?
Yeah, you need to get in your animal stuff.
He the one that said he don't know what an axolotl is.
I've never even heard of it.
But you just said it was a what?
Amphibian.
And you said
I said I don't know. I don't know what the hell it is.
You don't know what an
honestly.
amphibian is?
Yeah,
No,
you
I know what an
you need,
amphibian
no, you
is.
need to do some work.
I'm trying to see if
The
an
same way I
axolotl
said that
fixed
about you with the Lakers or whoever we
Clippers.
said about Clippers.
Luckily, my job is not to know what the hell an axolotl is,
Growing up, I had a number of books about animals.
and somehow mixed axolotl. Maybe they knew. Maybe they just popped up on the scene.
That was the books that Terrence and his family was dropping off to y'all.
Exactly.
While Darrick looks up axolotl,
it
you
was like
seen
a-
him?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is an amphibian.
All right, there we go. We're gonna have to hear our first break. Hear a word from our sponsor.
Why should you bet with Caesars Sportsbook? 2 words, Caesars Rewards. Every bet brings you closer to the type of benefits only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays, VIP experiences, sports and concert tickets, and more. It's not just an app, it's an empire.
All right, the next thing we kind of want to talk about is the NBA.
March Man.
Not yet. I know we just started March, but not yet. The NBA competition committee is looking to balance the rules to make the game, to change some rules to make the game more balanced. A little bit too much offense, not enough defense. How we feeling, boys? Good idea, bad idea? And if there are some rules you want to see changed, let me know.
I say drop the mic just for this moment because it had to deal with the rule changes, and if they do, when I seen this, I seen people comment, "There's going to be no more defensive 3 seconds." Like that was
Sorry.
What you?
That was my tweet.
Oh,
It got like
It was.
like 50K.
but anyways, I seen people talking about the defensive 3 seconds and all that, and I don't know. I just got turned off by that. Like
I did
don't.
too.
I just don't want to see that. First of all, I could be wrong because like I'm not out there playing, but like I don't see people just get defensive 3 seconds because they just want to stand in the paint.
Well, it's because people know the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, even that, but like
Everybody
when you
toe
see
taps.
people like when you see people do it, usually it's because they're loading up on the side and they're already all over. Like I just can imagine it's just like I'm just gonna stand in the like Rudy Gobert just gonna stand underneath the basket all game.
Well, the reality is
That-
that they probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Teams are not just gonna do that, right?
Right.
Unless you're really running to like a 2-3 zone. Even Rudy Gobert, if he's going to give me a team that has a non-shooter as a starter.
The Cavs.
Josh Giddey.
Just yeah, Josh Giddey.
So
yeah.
they're going against OKC in the playoffs. They're not actually going to bunker Rudy Gobert under the basket 24/7. But the idea behind it, and I don't believe that they should take 3 seconds out. I was kind of trolling because I was sitting on this set when I tweeted that. They wouldn't actually have him bunker down below, but the idea is to protect the paint a little bit more and cause more fluidity in what offenses can do, or change some of the fluidity with the offenses. I think what makes more sense, if that is the rule we're adjusting, I'm not saying they should, is just extend it. Instead of 3 seconds, it's 4 seconds or 5 seconds.
I don't
That
mind
gives
that. I don't mind
more
that.
time to protect that paint. And with a 24-second shot clock, if we can get in the paint for 4.9 seconds, that changes our whole defensive scheme dramatically.
Yeah, I think if
you're
you give
gonna-
it 1 more second, if it's 4 seconds,
Yes, a lot of that is changed.
But I feel like if you are going to increase the time, you got to be more strict with it. Like if you're going to give them 5 seconds now, you actually have to give it 5 seconds because now you don't really see the call. I know guys are in the paint longer than 3 seconds.
Yeah, 100%.
Realistically, so if you're going to give them 5, now we really gonna be calling it because we're giving y'all a little bit more of a looser leash.
What they do call it is when there's no effort to change.
Yes.
Right. So if a person is really just sitting flat-footed
Like
in
he
the
just
paint,
lost track of time.
then yes, they'll call it. But as long as you looking like you're making an effort to get out, they don't really count. Like, oh wait, his toe didn't actually get out of the box. So, like, the NBA is the only professional basketball league that has no 3 seconds in the paint. You know what I'm saying? You go overseas, you go to college, you go every other place, 3 seconds in the paint is not, defensive 3 seconds is not a thing. And offenses flow a lot differently in every single other league.
And you can goaltend in other leagues.
Yeah, you could hit the ball off the rim.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that came to mind if they did elongate it or just say, like, we'll get rid of it. It's just teams might go more zone. That was my only thing. It's just
But
like,
I don't think so because shooting is so elite
Yeah.
at this point that going to zone only makes sense in spurts.
Yeah, you'll get shot out of it if you try
I
to
also
play
feel
zone.
like I was saying, like, it's going to be super hard if you're not no big man and you can't shoot to play on that court because they're just probably going to park him in the lane and say, beat us from outside.
Hey, we see archetypes get obsolete all the time.
Yeah.
The Kenneth Reed build is gone.
But that's why I
the
think when
Andre
coaching
Drummond build
comes
is
in,
almost gone. It's just him left. Like everybody else, if you cannot shoot in
he do it
2024,
pretty
you
damn
cannot
good,
play.
though.
Yeah, he's still good.
But I would like to just see like the hand checking and physicality back. Allow the defense to be a little bit more physical.
But you know what? I think they do that.
That's it and that's all, D Mills.
But
I
feel
don't think the defenders get
All
along.
this other shit. I don't want to
the
see
hand checking thing
goaltending.
kind of turned me. I would rather see the hand check than the defensive 3 seconds being gone. But even then, it's just like I felt like now you're just giving advantage to everybody who's just the strongest, or like whoever could just like it is whoever the most physical is.
right now, hand checking is a thing that is allowed in the NBA, but only for a certain group of people. If you have the reputation of a great defender, watch Drew Holiday last night.
Yeah.
He's hand checking.
Pat Bev does it too.
Exactly. Like if you have the reputation, the referees swallow the whistle there, but it's not universal.
Yeah,
Right?
I
If you
think-
get a player that's not really known for his defense and he gets a little bit of handsy, oh, that's a foul. If you're guarding one of the 2 to 3 best players in basketball, a lot of times you're gonna get a foul against you. But if you are Drew Holiday, you're the Derek White, you're the Herb Jones,
Caruso does it a lot
Alex
too.
Alex Caruso, he can't keep his hands to himself. He averaged 2 fouls a game. I've watched every Bulls game. He should have 5 fouls, but he gets away with it because of his reputation.
But I think that's what makes him a good defender. I want my defender to be handsy.
And that's what I'm saying. Just allow it so everybody can be it.
Yeah.
Because that would change the game. Or just call it the way you call it in the playoffs. We see free throw percentages, free throw attempts go down in the playoffs.
Yeah, they definitely allow more physicality.
just
in the
allow.
playoffs.
Just,
I've seen
call
it the other
that
way too, where it'd be like a really good offensive player and they call it like the superstar calls, but it's just like they airball or they miss a shot so bad, it's the refs like they had to get fouled on that. Like I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt.
That happened last night. Clippers versus Wizards. I think it was Kyle Kuzma. It was Kawhi Leonard on the left block. He did a turnaround jump shot, or it might have been Damian Lillard. It's one of the bigs or one of the wings. They called a foul and they showed the replay. This man didn't even put his hand up. Kawhi Leonard did not get touched, but he missed a shot so damn bad that the referee's like, that's not Kawhi Leonard. That's a foul. That's a foul. I don't know. I saw some people suggesting that we move corner 3-pointers. I think that's too far.
No, that's the way. I do not want to watch the NBA court like cut like that.
I think it'll be interesting to see a small experiment. Don't bring it to the NBA, but I want to see how teams.
The
scheme
minute
that
they
way.
got to start touching the court,
No,
they
don't
might
touch the
lose. They
3-point
might
line.
lose me.
Especially when
They
you take
might
away the
lose
corner
me.
three. The corner three is one of the most efficient shots in basketball.
That's why they want to get rid of it.
Why get rid of it?
They might lose me.
The idea is that the offense is too powerful because you can have a PJ Tucker, a Josh Green, and so on and so forth just stand there for 48 minutes and get wide open looks that count for 3.
Guard
But the distance between the corner 3-point shot and I'm not saying I agree. This is just the argument. The distance between the 3-point line in the corner and the actual rim is basically a mid-range jump shot. So it's like there's because of the way it arcs, it's a long
That's
two-pointer
no
that
excuse
counts
for
as
their
3.
team to not be able to make them.
I
Get you a
was
player and
saying,
put him in
that's-
that corner.
yeah.
That's worse than the taking out the defensive 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's just stupidity. Don't tell you when they start touching the court, we're gonna have a real problem.
Because
with
then
that.
it's like that just eliminates space on the court.
Does it?
Yes.
I think you just have to be more intricate with what you run.
I think that eliminates space too.
Yeah,
It
you're literally taking
you're
out. You're literally
cutting
taking
off
out the corners.
You can still sit in the corner if you want to. It's still a bucket. PJ
That
Tucker
shit
would
would
still hit the shot.
The,
It would just
the
count as
shit that
2.
I seen was out of bounds.
Yeah.
Well, no,
but-
he can still sit. No, there's just no corner 3-point shot.
Yeah.
But the court did not change. The dimensions of the court is still the same. So if you want to spread offense, you can. But that shot you kicked out to PJ Tucker counts
a
as 2
2.
instead of 3. The
Oh, yeah,
spacing is
that's-
exactly the same.
Well, while
That
we
shit
doing that, we
nasty.
might as well put a 4-point line back there too. Like
Yeah, that's a
five,
fucking.
like we just adding
Let's
stuff.
just ruin the game. Let's just
I don't
make
want
it.
to see that.
Let's just.
I don't wanna see that.
I agree too, but I'm
let's
playing
just-
devil's
let's
advocate
just
right
make
now.
Yeah,
it-
I agree.
let's
I
just
think the
make it
hand checking thing-
bullshit.
Something that can go into that is just sometimes it's
No
just,
out of bounds.
it just feels like
Let's do
defenses
hockey
can't guard
substitutions.
without fouling.
Hockey substitutions.
It's sometimes defense can't guard without fouling, and that's predicated to the offensive player. But sometimes it just feels like they can't touch them. You know?
Forget it. You can't. Ain't no such thing as a turnover.
What if you get a flagrant foul and now you go to the penalty box?
That's what I
4
introduced.
on 3. You did say that. We was
introduced that
roasting your ass for that.
Yeah, like
Because it's
a month or two
unrealistic,
ago.
but it's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
Cause Draymond finna be, bro. Warriors finna be playing 4-on-5 half the game.
Draymond is very calm now.
don't come in here trying to
very
touch our
common.
game up, man, with that weak ass shit.
Oh, what is it? What is the last thing I was thinking about?
And also, yeah, I would like to see changes because, like, I don't want to see games go up to 140. I like competitive close games, and I feel like adding the defensive stuff, it could definitely.
You gotta let people. Yeah, you
I
gotta
think
let
that's so
people
team
defend.
oriented though. Like, if you watching, who was it? The Heat's Nuggets game. That was a low scoring. It was a good
Yeah.
game, but it was like 104 to like whatever it was.
That's
like
also
90
because
like,
both of those teams are kind of slow. Majority of teams,
I think it's
though,
just team
are gonna be
oriented
fast.
at that point. Like,
But
we-
majority of teams are fast. So
I think that the best thing we can do is so Adam Silver and company will do everything in their power, except for talk about the main problem with all of this, which is the way we call the game.
Yep.
If you called the game with the exact same thing as the playoffs, all of the stuff we talk about balancing offense versus defense is gone. If we call it, you remember, we watch our American players go play overseas for FIBA ball, and they personally have to adjust to not foul bait and all these
Yes.
other things because
'Cause they don't call
overseas
it.
they don't. It's not a foul.
That flopping stuff does not work in overseas
If we
basketball.
officiate the same exact way, we will see lower scores, which is what they're going for, and more competitive basketball. But instead of talking about how our referees have sold like 10 games this season, and then the NBA just told the Knicks, "No, fuck that game that y'all we gave away because he didn't actually foul Aaron Holiday." Instead of addressing the main problem, which is the fact that the way our game has been called, that is the reason why we have these numbers. The fact that a guy, and this is not no personal shot, but the fact that Joel Embiid can go to the paint and get a foul anytime he wants to is kind of a problem. And it's because Joel Embiid, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, LeBron James,
Harden.
all of these guys have outgained the system, and the officiating has not caught up to that. They have not evolved while the players themselves have evolved to the point to know if I rip my hands this way, you can't help but to call it a foul. Instead of going to the rule book and say, that rip through is no longer a foul, we like, oh, well, let's change this and let's change just the officiating is the problem.
Another one too is I always see Trae Young do it. Is it's like you're going to the paint and you
Get
go for that
somebody
little
on your
floor.
back.
It's just that little bump into it. And it's just like that should not be a foul, bro. It
Well,
really shouldn't.
I like to see it when like my team is doing it, but I hate it when it happens.
Okay.
with other opposing
which one of
teams.
your teams?
So any of them, but like
you part of the problem.
Are you a Spurs
so
fan?
no. Y'all don't even know what I'm about to say.
Okay.
But you
I'm sorry.
still, anytime you start off saying, I don't mind when my team, it's cool.
I'm super biased.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Anytime that's your mindset,
When the guard's coming off the screen and he just stops on the other side and he just shoots the three,
oh, boy, I
That-
thought you were finna say exactly.
and like the defender just runs right into him and they call a foul. It's I don't know how I feel about it. Sometimes I like it, like when your favorite player does it.
When
but like,
say Damian Lillard, because that's who you're talking about right now. Because
when Dame does it, I'm
exactly.
like,
Okay.
good.
Bro, you
move.
are glazed right now. When Dame does it, it's okay.
But if somebody does it like
when
against-
when P's out there cheating, it's fine. Anybody else, no.
This is crazy.
Like, bro, what are you saying?
no, or like certain players do
They
it.
can get
You
away
doing
with
it,
it.
Dame.
You
James
doing-
Harden does it sometimes too, and I'm just like,
you're doing this silly ass smile when you say when other players do it, that let us know it's really Dame.
no.
Yeah.
You have this smile would let me know.
Trae Young does it too a lot. Steph Curry.
You know what used to piss me off though?
What?
You remember when Chris Paul coming up court and he feels somebody on his back, so he
Oh,
stopped.
my
yeah.
God.
They had to change that to offenses, bro.
Oh my gosh.
That's the offensive
Instead
foul
of just
now.
putting somebody in jail, you just
You just bumping them,
Yeah.
trying to get a foul. Like, come on now.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of things we can change.
and
about the game.
let's actually start rewarding flopping. I think people there's so many people be like, man, he's a flop. I think everybody in the league is a flopper because you can sell a call.
There's no reason. The person, and the person that is not a flopper is Zion Williamson.
Oh yeah,
He's top 10 in drives per game, but averages like 3 free throws per game.
So his coaches are probably telling him he needs to sell shit.
He needs to sell more.
And
That's
that's
why
why
LeBron started
that's
to say
bad.
That's
though.
bad, but
That's
that's
bad.
why I try to tell fans, y'all trying to steady call people floppers. Majority of the league is floppers. You go into the barbershop, man, LeBron James is a crybaby. And the culture of basketball is to cry, whine, flop, and do everything to get a call.
I'm
You
sorry.
have-
Zion is at 7 free throws per game. Sorry.
that's
not
the
too
culture
bad.
of the game.
He can
that
get up
we
to
have.
10 though.
It could be a lot
He
higher.
could be up at he could get to 10.
Yeah.
Because the reason it's so hard to officiate that with Joel It's just sometimes it ain't nothing the other player can do, bro. They are fouling him.
Right.
But then sometimes he definitely exaggerates.
Yeah,
it.
that's the whole thing with Joel Embiid is just he can dominate and there's nothing other players could do, but he will still flop on
For
top
me,
of
it's
that.
all about being genuine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players, Joel Embiid, Trae Young, I've seen James Harden do it, that they're not taking a real shot.
Yes.
That's
Their goal is not to score the basketball; it's to get a foul.
If that shot, who just did it, bro? I just seen somebody take a three because they thought they was gonna get fouled.
You talking about Jokic on the full court?
No,
That was a little different, but
I just seen a player. Maybe it was a college game too. I don't know, but I was watching something and I seen a player think that they were going to get fouled, so they just did some dumb shit and they didn't get fouled, and then they looked stupid.
Yeah.
So it's like that right there. Great job, referee.
We saw
Because
Draymond Green do that like a
you
couple
know who I
years
see
ago,
that do a lot?
and it cost him the
I
game.
be seeing like Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole do it because they try to get them little superstar calls, but
maybe
they
it
are
was Jordan Poole.
they not
Maybe
getting
it
that
was Jordan
call.
Poole who just did that shit, and he thought he was gonna get fouled, and
Yeah.
then it was a no call, and then you just look
You
silly.
look goofy,
Same
yeah.
thing with Joel Embiid, Trae Young, Chris Paul. If you want to stop on a dime and do all that silly shit just for us to call a charge, yeah, I bet you don't do it no more.
Shout
I
out to
feel
Chris Paul.
the same way when it's like a
Embiid.
player's going to the cup.
This is a dumbass shot.
The Rick
That's
dude
stupid.
shot, yeah.
That is a dumbass
Yeah.
shot. If I'm not calling a foul,
Hey.
you're going to look silly.
He be making that joint too.
He do.
Oh, yeah,
He
sometimes
do.
he does. Yeah,
He be making
it's
that
somebody
shit.
else that DeMar DeRozan makes him
Oh,
too.
DeMar DeRozan's
makes
whistle
him
was
too.
crazy.
He's really good at drawing contact.
He knows how to
He
do
knows.
it.
You could tell DeMar DeRozan practice that because he
Yeah.
gets a lot of and ones off of that.
Kawhi is one of those dudes that he don't flop, but when he is fouled, he goes, hey! like,
That's damn near perfect too. That's
like
crazy.
he don't complain a lot. But when he does get fouled and he don't hit a whistle, then hey, and the ref is like, oh shit, whistle.
Whistle.
And I'm just like, and then you look at the replay, you're like, he did foul. Kawhi isn't a guy that complains a lot. So when you do hear him complain, you're probably like, oh, I missed that. Let me call it.
Bro, when people be
crazy.
driving to the lane and they get like their stuff blocked or it's just a bad shot at the rim and they fall too, I feel like you gotta get up slow and complain to the ref because you just don't want to look like you just took a bad shot. So you gotta act like something went wrong.
It's the culture of basketball, man. I'm watching almost every level of basketball on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. I'm watching NBA. I'm watching college. EJ and I'm in the playoffs. I'm watching high school basketball. When a player do some shit that's bogus, they're going to act like it was something to do with like a call. A kid shoot from the corner and he hit nothing at the rim. It's like damn, he hit my hand. Same thing in NBA. So like you said, somebody do some dumb shit and they fall, they gonna stop and be like, because they don't want to deal with the fact you just did some nut shit.
Yeah.
You just look.
It's
You
their
out
way
there-
of coping.
You acting like a damn fool.
You know what's my least favorite thing about all of this? Yes.
Oh, bro, I
Bro,
hate this.
last night
I hate this.
the Kings used their challenge early, lost it.
I hate that.
That's
too.
the worst one,
I
so
hate
first.
that
So
too.
they have no challenge, Sabonis. But in the fourth quarter, he did this 3 different times to his bench. But they have no challenge. They
Yeah.
already used it. I'm like, bro, just
It's
get
such
back.
It's a
such
defense mechanism now, yeah.
And I hate using my challenge early. I know sometimes you got to defend your stars or whatever, but like,
Yeah, if
use-
Luka gets 2 fouls in the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
quarter, I'll use it then.
but then using your challenge in the first quarter, it's just so
Especially when it's on a possession. I know every possession matters, but
It's
it's,
like
on
the-
something that's so
Yes, bro.
insignificant
Yeah.
that you could just
Wait, say that again?
insignificant.
Okay,
There you
word,
go.
word.
It's just you can
But-
just move on. Like we can move
For
on
real,
to the
bro.
next play.
For real. It's
I'm
really
supposed to be doing that this episode when I say something that's
a
like
defense,
exaggerated.
a defense mechanism, bro. It's terrible. And like you said, to me, it's like the boy who cried wolf. If I'm a coach and KB like, I didn't travel. The next time I'm telling the coaches that, hey, when he do this, we ain't even paying him his ass no attention.
Y'all know who's the king of this? Jokic. Jokic does it, but Mike Malone is gonna call the challenge. He's gonna call the challenge.
trusts his guy.
because he trusts Jokic that much.
The
And I
king of
love
this
that.
is a lot of people. I see
Yeah.
Devin Booker do it. Jokic. I mean, every game somebody calls a call. I'm seeing it. That's a good one. Who the king of that? I'm
I'm
seeing
about
that.
to see if I can find some stats.
How
On
long
who
would a
twirls they
game be
finger
if
the
everybody
most?
called their own calls?
Oh man, we wouldn't get past the first.
Wait, say it again?
a game where everybody can call their own call.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's GG's, bro.
That's
Who's taking the most
I'm
free
not
throws?
watching it, bro. What's the player that will call the foul most?
Bron,
LeBron.
easily,
Yeah,
and that's my guy. But Bron calling him.
yeah,
Yeah,
and he
bro.
gonna get him. Like they not gonna argue with him either. He's just gonna say.
You don't think
foul.
they finna argue with Bron?
No. I think he just has too much respect. He's like the OG of the locker room.
Let it be some young bucks. Let it be like Desmond Bain. No, they not giving him nothing.
So on foul calls,
They don't want to box Desmond Bain though.
52%
They ain't got Steven Adams no more.
of challenges are overturned. 52% on fouls, 75% on out of bounds plays, and 68% on basket interference or whatever.
So you said 70-some% of out of bounds plays are overturned.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for teams at least.
First quarter, 66% of the time, if you challenge something in the first quarter, you win that challenge. Do you like those odds, or do you want to just save it to the fourth quarter?
I would still save it depending on what the situation.
I'm
is.
saving it too.
Yeah, because I just feel like it's crunch time is like that time you really need it. I don't need it in the first 5 minutes of the game, unless like Steph Curry got 2 fouls.
Yeah, that's the only time I would think about using it. But even then, it's just like, do you still waste it if you know like that's a foul right there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he got 2 fouls that he committed, I'm not wasting.
There's not even time to waste
because he
it.
got 2 fouls.
And also, a lot of teams they put pressure on the ref to get to foul a superstar out. A lot of times, the refs aren't going to really foul out Steph Curry and LeBron because they know who's the draw to the nationally televised games.
They'll eject them sometime, though.
Well, yeah, they got to do something actually really crazy.
I don't know. Jokic just called somebody a F word, and Jokic was out.
Well, yeah. Jokic sometimes just has a short temper some games. I don't know. Sometimes he's very just out there, just another day at work. But then other days, Jokic is
He could definitely throw one.
yeah. You
right,
saw
so-
him do it the campaign.
And the Morris brother.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That is
I mean, that's because they pissed him off.
I don't know what it takes to make Jokic mad, but if you do, you might get slapped.
That's a
you might
big
get choked.
dude, bro. That's
might
like
get
a heavy
whiplash.
dude.
Yeah. And was it Markieff? It was Markieff, right?
Yeah.
Markieff was out
Yep.
for a very long time.
Yeah, his ass be crying a lot.
They said, watch your back, Jokic. It's been 4 years, but still, we going to catch you.
Oh, yeah. Don't get caught lacking.
His brothers got his back all the time.
Those some big-ass brothers, too.
Yeah, they going to play. All right, so we going to play NBA Panic Meter, all right? I'm going to give y'all some teams or a player, and y'all
So
tell
his
me.
brothers. So if Jokic push me, you like, nah, his brother's big.
He going to be like, Pete, what you do to them? Don't be messing with those people.
Nah, I
Y'all
got
tell
your
me
back.
on a scale 1 through 10,
My God.
how much should this team, this fan base, whatever, should be panicking, okay? Starting off, it gets kind of spicy. I want to hear what y'all thinking. The LA Clippers. Just found out yesterday that Russell Westbrook broke his hand. 4 to 6 weeks was the timetable last time he broke his hand. Who really knows? I guess we're going to find out. But they're 5-5 in their last 10, and their record versus the top 4 seeds is, let's say, not great, less than ideal. They've had Paul George out with a knick-knack injury for some time.
Yep.
Zubac has been out. What's your panic meter for the LA Clippers as the season progresses and they start to get more and more banged up?
Probably like a 5, but like realistically, I think this is a team that wants to be poised for the playoff and they want to be ready for the playoffs. I think as long as you got your guys healthy and ready for that postseason, I think they'll be fine because you do have Kawhi and PG.
Even if that means that you don't end up with one of the top seeds?
They're fine at 4, which is where they at right now.
Yes, yeah.
I think they're fine being, and I think as long as they have some of their guys, they're deep enough to where they could compete and stay at that 4th spot.
I'm gonna do 5 too, but for a different reason. I'm doing 5 because they had a really strong first half of the season as far as injuries go, and now to start to kind of see them. Just me being a Paul George fan who supported the Clippers, I can't lie. It's like PTSD. You know what I mean? It's the second half. This is a strong push. If in a perfect world, Darrick, yeah, all of this happened now, and so when the playoffs come, everybody fresh and healthy. But when they start to pile up, you have to kind of bat an eye at it because it's the Clippers. If this was any other team, then I would kind of agree with you with like, you know, but this is the Clippers. This is what happens. So a knick-knack turns into something that we think is a knick-knack, and then a series comes, and the next thing you know, Kawhi is like, oh, yeah, I'm done the rest of the season. I still remember that like it was yesterday because when it happened, I did not.
It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it just came out of nowhere.
And I don't want that to happen with Paul George. What we calling a knick-knack now, but then we get to the series or the playoffs, and then that knick-knack end up being a big deal that we did not know about, and now he only plays 2 games in the series, and we having that same conversation of, man, if they had the full squad, this team was going to be deep. Remember that run they had in December? Like, nah, they need to be healthy and ready to play. So I am a little concerned, but I'm not going to turn the panic meter up too much because at this point of the season, anyway, it's nothing they can really do. This is their team. They're not making no moves. We just got to kind of hope that they're healthy. And because these are knickknacks, I'm going to take it as that. But I'm halfway there because, again, PTSD reminds me that last year I thought Kawhi was good and he just couldn't play no more.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go like a 4. I would say I'm around where y'all at. They just I feel like they've been better this year for the most part in terms of like just being healthy, and that's got them to where they at. So they know how good they can be. Could be one of the top teams in the West. So I'm not worrying too much because I know he could come back from a broken hand. He can come back from that. What was it? Paul George's? Was it like was it a knee?
I couldn't tell you.
I can look real quick. I got you.
Paul George should be able to come back this season. Kawhi, I feel like he's been battling it, but he can get through it. And James Harden has been like your Ironmans are James Harden and Russell Westbrook. In terms of the team that's kind of been falling off with injuries, those are your two guys. As long as you got those two in one, either Kawhi or PG, I still like my chance for at least a series. You know, at least a series for somebody to come back.
But that's not their goal, though.
Exactly.
Their goal is not a series. It's the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
Yeah.
They passed the series.
If they win one series, it's a failure every year.
They're not going to have everybody on that roster for a whole playoff run.
Oh,
it just is what it is.
If that's your mindset, then you got
to should be 9.
Yeah, you should be 9.
Because if they're missing one of their top 7 players,
are you crazy?
It's going to be kind of rough.
You think they're trying to win a playoff series?
No, I'm talking about to hold them down. If it's the first round and they have somebody out and they're like, we just need to get by until whoever can come, Kawhi or PG can. I think they could win with just 3 out of 3.
They would have to go against the Suns in a 7 game.
You said that and then said you're not going to have a whole.
That's not what's going to happen. That's just how I feel about it because they just haven't been able to do it since.
If they missing one of their guys, they're probably a first round exit. If they going against a healthy
and who do you count as their
team,
guys? You just talking about the top 2? Or you talk about people deeper than top 2?
No,
James
3.
Harden.
3.
James Harden too. Yeah, James Harden will be included in there as well. So yeah, if they missing one of those 3, I think it's GG's in that first round. Especially a healthy Clippers
I can't
team.
say that.
I think they got enough for a first round.
Yeah, I
healthy
can't say
Suns
that.
team?
I can't say that.
KD, D-Book, Beal,
But we don't. The
all
Suns
healthy.
healthy?
Yeah, what the hell? How you say that about the Sun, but then Bradley Beal played with 3 games and shit?
No, I'm just saying if they are. I'm speaking hypothetically. If they are fully
I'll
healthy,
be forgetting Bradley Beal on the Suns.
But
That's
then,
how much he ain't
if
played.
we're gonna live in hypothetical for real,
I'm
if
just
we're gonna live
backing off of what he said.
But if I'm just saying, I'm saying he's included. What he said is included.
I'm listening now. Yeah, I'm
you
listening.
taking it like what the fuck? But I'm saying if we go in hypotheticals, the Clippers are hypothetically healthy. Then
Okay, then I'm going Clippers.
I
The
just don't
Clippers
see.
Suns?
The only it's kind of like the Pacers Knicks conversation, where if we're saying guys are going to get better, it's not that I'm saying Tyrese Haliburton won't get better. I'm just saying it's not guaranteed. So we can't make it a perfect situation for the Suns and then make it the worst situation for the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
That's my whole point with the Pacers-Knicks debate. Don't make it the worst. The Knicks just the worst situation, but then the Pacers is just green. It's just fucking heaven over there. The Angels is dancing and playing harmonicas, and then with the Knicks, it's just
Imagine
riot.
an angel.
Right.
What instruments? Oh, harps. They be playing like harps and stuff.
Yeah.
According
That's
to
what I meant to say.
You said a harmonica?
Because like an angel, like the ribs or something was like the body was made of like a harp. I don't know why it's a harmonica, but that's how he tried to do my Knicks.
playoffstatus.com have the Clippers holding their 4 seed down. This is just based on probability and odds of every single game. Right now, tied to take the 5th seed. It's not the Suns in this hypothetical. It will be the Pelicans or the Kings. Of course, we don't know exactly what's going to go on, but these are just the odds as of right now.
My question, because I just remember, it wasn't to say that both teams are healthy. My question to you, I said all that to say, the Clippers are missing one of those guys. Say it's Paul George. He's been dealing with the knee thing. But my thing was, Brad Beal is out too, just because we're projecting how things have been. Who are you taking then? No Brad Beal, no Paul George. So it's James Harden, Kawhi, Book, and KD.
Oh, so if Bradley Beal's out there, I'm probably still gonna go Clippers.
Still going. Russell Westbrook just he's back, but he's not. He just got back.
Well, if he's been playing like he played the last month, then keep his ass at home.
I'll still take them.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, if he was asking me, I'd probably go. I might lean towards the Suns a little bit because, like I said, they played with Bradley Beal, less than 10 games maybe this
So
season?
you saying they used to it?
They already used to it. And also, like, I feel like they've already kind of put their team together with KD and D-Book and Bradley. Like, they're already there. Like you said, they're already used to it. Clippers, I don't know. You're leaning more on James Harden now in the playoffs.
I'm taking the Clippers because I like their depth. Yeah, if I'm losing Paul George, all I'm doing is sliding in Norman Powell.
Yeah.
I'm sliding in Norman Powell.
Yeah.
And I'm right. I don't know, something
That
about
was another thing. I was thinking, like, there's a bridge between Bradley Beal at his top and I think PG at his top, too, in terms
Beal,
of, like, them comparing.
Kevin Durant and Book have played 440 minutes together this season, which is more than I thought.
Same.
Yeah.
And
That's less than 10 full games.
a net rating of plus 12, though. So when them brothers is hooping, they really hooping. Now, all of that is offense.
Yeah. No, most of that is that one game that he had against the Lakers where he was taking off.
Full strength, who y'all taking?
Clippers
Full
versus
strength.
Suns?
I would probably take Clippers.
Both teams full strength.
Clippers.
I would take Clippers.
I'd go Clippers in 6.
KD gonna be like, I'm remembering
Give me
that.
7.
I do like Royce O'Neal
I
on the
want
Suns
7.
team, though.
I do too. Yeah.
He looks
This
like
is-
he
O'Neal's
fit in
been
real
amazing.
good.
This is the type of place where he shows his value.
Mm-hmm.
The next team, y'all let me know if they should be panicking. The Philadelphia 76ers. Right now, they are the 5 seed. They got a win last night. Shout out to them.
Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris, big time shots down the stretch, 30-plus points. But they are just one game outside of the play-in. The Miami Heat lost the last game against the Nuggets, but before that, they were playing phenomenal ball. One game away from the play-in, fellas. Should they be panicking?
I'll put it like an 7 or 8. Honestly, just like frankly, they're not a really good basketball team without Joel Embiid in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Tyrese has talent. Like they have people that can hoop, but they haven't figured it out how to win really.
Yeah, I would say it's probably like an 8 because this isn't a team that just wants to make the playoffs, and it looks like they're a team that's just going to make the playoffs and probably going to get bounced. Or I don't know, depending on how they go down, it can get worse than that. So
We're supposed to have an update on Joel Embiid this week, so I
Yeah.
guess we'll see. Whatever that says, that'll let us know where the panic should
they
go.
were saying hopefully he could play at the end of the month. So if that happens, it still doesn't really. It's still scary for me. I don't want to see him just come back after missing 2 months of basketball, and then you just expect him to be Super Saiyan Joel that we've used to seeing. Like that's kind of hard to ask of him. Even though I know he's still going to draw a lot of attention, his presence will make it easier for those other guys naturally, just because he is Joel Embiid.
Them boys starting Mo
But-
Bamba out there.
It's gonna be hard. So I would say mine's like
I seen them put the lineup out. Okay.
One of us was the president of the Mobamba fan club.
Yeah.
Yes,
Both
it
of y'all. What they talking about?
Both of y'all.
Remember he had the jersey and he
it's me.
took the camera.
Oh, yeah.
oh.
You was bogus as hell. You was even worse though.
Well, my Bulls were in the lottery, and I had watched enough film to be like, that's the guy I want the Bulls to draft.
Thank God you
But
ain't
yeah,
draft.
they had a
They
lineup.
drafted Wendell Carter, so it's
Well,
not
to give me Wendell Carter
Well,
over
yeah,
Mobamba.
but I'm just saying what it turned into, it wouldn't have mattered
Oh,
anyway.
okay.
It wouldn't have
They had a lineup. It
No,
was-
Wendell got y'all boots. You was feeling that because that got y'all DeMar.
And that
You
got
was
us. That got us at the number 2 seed. Number
Yeah,
1 seed
you was
in the
feeling
East.
that. Mobamba don't get y'all none of that shit.
Actually, give me Mo Bamba then, because I'm fucking tired of Vucevic.
Vooch sucks.
You know what's bothering me, Darrick?
What?
Vuce to have a good game, which he did against the
Literally like
Cavs, I
3
want to
nights
say.
ago, right?
Yeah, great
Or
game.
was that the Pistons?
No, because they lost the game. Ain't no good game.
They
you
did lose to the
Pistons.
Pistons, yeah. I'm tweaking.
And people tweeting me, see, Vucevic is like, no. You took a 1 game sample size out of 56 of them.
He's had some games.
If he
sometimes.
gives me 20 and 12, I'm not patting him on the back, brother. We traded for you to do that. That was your stats. So you have a 2-week stretch where you look like the version we paid for. Congratulations, my boy, but come on, bro, that ain't enough.
Hey, on some real
Why
Magic.
is that the Chicago way though? Why do people come to Chicago and we don't get the version we signed up for?
But I was about to say,
We trade for a 30-year-old center
Magic
that's shooting
Vucevic
career
had
high.
a different swag
But
to him,
like
bro.
just like that, just a year before, Magic Vucevic to me, I think I had him 3rd center in the
Bro,
league
he
when we did our rankings.
was a monster, bro.
A monster, score, rebound,
Well, the
pass.
whole offense was ran through.
Yes,
They
yes.
weren't going to do that in Chicago.
He's never had an opportunity to do that here in Chicago.
and he's probably never going to get it again.
The Magic made
No, but I
out
think
like,
if you
like
put
crazy.
Nikola Vucevic on the damn Suns, I think he'd be a lot better of a player.
I think they're good with Nurkic. Nurkic does everything that No.
Shit, bro.
I'm just saying.
Holy
no.
shit.
I'm just
I
saying.
get it.
Vooch.
You like him.
No, that's not that.
But I'm just saying, what I'm saying has nothing to do with Nurkic. You
No,
don't even have to mention him.
no,
I'm just saying, if Vucevic was on a team like that, bro, it don't have nothing to do with Nurkic. I'm not saying nothing about your boy. I know he
I'm
played
not
with
either.
Dame.
I'm
He
not-
probably got a tattoo with him.
I'm just saying Vooch wouldn't fit the mold of what the Suns would want him to do. So he might. You would probably look
What
at him
the
and say
fuck
he's
is Nurkic doing
He's
that
rebounding
Vucevic
and
can't-
defending and blocking shit. Like he does all the other
Who
stuff.
is he defending?
Nurkic is a very solid defender. He's always been a solid defender.
Vucevic can be a solid defender.
No, he's never been a solid
He
defender.
could be as solid as
Especially when
Nurkic.
we talk about
As
rim
solid
protection.
as Nurkic is being, he can be that.
I'm gonna say there's not no big difference between them. Like Nurkic is not moving how he used to a couple years ago.
What the Suns are benefiting from Nurkic is Nurkic is a big ass body that sets some of the best screens of basketball. Vucevic can't replicate that.
Vucevic is going to be a better passer. Vucevic is going to be able to shoot more reliably.
Marginally, yeah.
Marginally, with them, he's going to be don't look at him what he's doing with the Bulls.
No,
the Bulls are weak.
I'm more
The Suns are
crediting what
good.
Nurkic has done passing, not really Vucevic.
Nurkic, I like Nurkic, but when you talking about defender, like we ain't gonna sit up here and act like he anchoring some shit for them.
But I'm not saying Vooch is nowhere near the defender of Nurkic.
Okay.
Nurkic plays good defense because he's a big body and he understands position a lot of time. He's not moving around being crazy.
Are the Suns?
That's enough in some
and I've never
situations.
seen Vooch do much of that.
Are the Suns' success in the playoffs dependent on what he's doing defensively?
Probably yes. You need your anchor to defend the paint.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So is that why you're not taking him against the Clippers? Because
never-
his ass can't do shit defensively.
Wait, what?
You're taking the Clippers over the Suns. Is it because he ain't you're not trusting his defensive ability?
No, I took them because of Kawhi, Paul George, and James Harden. I just think they had a better three.
Okay. I'm just asking a question. Cause shit, if you get me Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant with this dude's defense, how you making it seem? I feel confident. Right?
I wonder what the numbers
Right?
look like.
I mean, Bradley Beal.
Wouldn't you? If you got Bradley Beal, I'll give you a hypothetical that they always healthy.
I'm just saying. I think
You got
they're-
Kevin Durant.
I don't know. I just
I'm
think he was
taking the Clippers
exaggerating
'cause
when he
I-
said that he was way better at defense. I didn't think it was like that big of a gap.
I don't think it's that big of a gap either.
Yeah.
But it is. I think Nurkic is better for sure. But is it a huge difference? Make it seem like we're going from Rudy Gobert to
No, I'm just saying. I just thought Nurkic was a better fit, more so than Vooch.
But I'm telling you that I started the conversation off there telling you don't even think about him. It has nothing to do with Nurkic. I wasn't comparing them. I'm saying you put Vucevic on a team that has Devin Booker, those type of players. I told you from the get-go, the first thing I said, bro, don't even think about Nurkic. I get he played with Dame. I get you like him. But it was
That
never
had
a
nothing to do with- that
comparison.
had
So
nothing
why
to do
you
with
keep
anything.
getting stuck on going over to Nurkic?
I just wouldn't like Vooch on the Suns.
Well,
Because
that-
that's Nurkic's spot.
No,
But hey, if you would have said that from the get go, then that would have been a much better argument. You kept bringing Nurkic in there. Your main point wasn't I don't like Vucevic. It was like Nurkic. That was the first thing you said. But Nurkic, what he doing over
I
there?
was just thinking about the switch.
I was just giving up a hypothetical. It ain't gonna happen. Vucevic is gonna be on the Bulls.
For as long as
he's
we know.
he's with you, but he's with you. Don't worry.
So, okay. I kind of like the conversation, though. In 2023, 2024, would you rather have Jusuf Nurkic or Nikola Vucevic?
What team am I?
Don't matter. It's
If-
you, Pierre.
If no, it matter what team I'm on, because neither one of them.
I'd probably take
I'm not-
Vucevic.
Okay. And what's the determining factor for you?
I think a little bit. You could rely on him a little bit more offensively than Nurkic. I don't think I'm not looking at the defenses that like that's determining. I think the offense. I would take that offense a little bit more.
I think the defense might be the determining factor. Honestly.
Again, it's just as is, so we don't have any surrounding pieces.
I am going to give Darrick this. Just from an efficiency, from the number standpoint, I know it goes all into team and different shit like that too. Nurkic is a way better defender. I'll give you that credit. I just looked it up.
I like that.
But I'm going off my eyes.
Yeah, I was just
but
going
the
off
numbers are
eyesight.
saying it's a much different. I'll give you the specifics.
You talking
I give credit.
on off numbers or what we talk about?
This is
Dunks and threes, EPM?
his defensive
EPM?
estimate plus defensive
It's gotta be
estimated plus
positive,
minus.
right?
It's a 1.9,
It's gotta be
which is
positive.
which is 92 percentile for Nurkic. Vucevic is a negative 0.6, which is a 48 percentile.
Bad year.
But overall,
What is that like determining factors of that? Because like, could team be based on that too?
Team is definitely going
Because I was
to
gonna
play
say
a part.
he
but
could
it's
have walked
also
past DeMar DeRozan and he got to help.
it is, but
You
it's
know?
also going to be him being on the floor
individually?
contributing to
Yeah.
what's going on while he's
Yeah.
playing for
I
them.
mean, all of
defensively.
it's context based, right?
Yeah.
But just to give you
Yeah.
that support. I know you ain't look it up, but if you want to drive home that point, go ahead. I'm still going to say, I don't think he's that much of a difference maker. But who would I take in 2023, 2024? I am going to take.
I think it's Nurkic, bro.
Man, it really depends on my team. Give me
really does.
give me Vucevic though.
Because I think Nurkic, he can play his role. Like he could really play his role in terms of like he's not going to demand no shots. He going to get other people involved. He's really good at the one more passes. He's really good at doing a little backdoor. Like he can play his role really well. But I think there's a little bit of that upside because we know Vucevic can go for 20 plus and
For sure.
whatever amount of rebounds and 8 to 6.
My
7
whole
assists.
point in the conversation, I agree with you actually, in the sense of I prefer Nurkic with the Suns because he's going to be a dirty work guy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if I think Vucevic was in a more fluid offensive situation where he could he's never going to be on the team. Like we said, he's never going to play the role he played with the Magic. I'm not trying to say that. But I just feel like the Bulls situation is he's playing with DeMar and Zach, and it's a lot of one-on-one and you know, shit like that. I don't know if you're going to get the full value of him just being kind of how he's been utilized. That's not a get-out-of-jail-free card for him because his ceiling was to play with some other guys. It was not him being the number one option. But like shit, you put if Vucevic was 20 minutes a game with the Warriors, I think we talk about him different.
I definitely see that too because, I mean, KB, we watch all the Bulls game. How have y'all pick and roll numbers? Because when I think about
As defensively,
no, I'm talking about offensively. Like is DeMar DeRozan, your lead guy is playing pick and roll. Because I think Vucevic would be a killer for a pick and pop, pick and like roll like that.
you would think so. He can't shoot anymore though.
Yeah.
This has been a bad year shooting for him.
Isn't he at like 27%?
I'm
It's
going off
bad.
of him.
It's like it's in the 20s. I
The
think.
Vucevic I'm taking can make shots.
That's the dream world.
But
You are in a fiction.
I think he would be
27% on 4 attempts a game.
I would prefer to see Nurkic in somewhere. I mean, Vucevic in like I just think he'd be better in a Warrior situation personally, versus
It'd be cool, yeah.
DeMar DeRozan. We know
would
what
be
he like. We know
interesting.
what he like to get the ball led and what he like to do. We know what the type of player Zach LaVine is.
Because for the Warriors, you can get utilized without necessarily scoring the ball. You know what I mean?
sure.
Like they're
But I
going to
feel
use you for all
Vooch's
those
value
screens.
has always been when he's scoring the ball. So like that's why it's kind of.
But he's going to play with somebody who attracts so much attention that even if he ain't getting a three, that little mid spot, that sweet spot, he's going to knock that down.
Yeah.
He ain't lose it. I don't
Yeah.
think he's ever going to lose that. Some of the numbers may fall back a little bit. I don't know.
That's like a
But
rhythm jump shot.
That's him.
Yeah.
And that's a shot where Kevon Looney don't want that shot. Draymond Green, not really. He's taking that shot and trying to make a play. He's shooting a three. But like they haven't had a big in a while who sweet. That's like David West.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not looking for the points. It's more so the skill set he kind of brings.
You give him that screen and two might go to Curry and he can get that little slip in between, knockdown. Give
Yeah.
me that. I think Nurkic could flourish with the Warriors too, though.
Yeah. They're both very good passing bigs.
And Vucevic's, how many years is this? And Vucevic's 12 seasons in the NBA. How many years was he league average or above from three?
Probably
He had one with the 76ers. And league average is what, 35?
36%
I
nowadays.
was 36 now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 4.
Above it? Or just
Let's say at league average or in above.
his best years, he probably was at league average.
So I'll probably go.
He probably had 1 year he shot 37%.
I'll go 4 seasons.
I'm going to go 3.
The answer's 2. The year that the Bulls traded for him, he was a 40% three-point shooter. Holy shit. And then 2 years before that, he was exactly 36. That's it. Every other year, 31%, 35%, 27%, 33%, 31%, 30%, 22%. You get the rhythm.
I was looking at volume for
22%
for like big man shooters too that aren't necessarily like 3-point shooters. I do expect them to be a little bit under league average just because it's, I think that's the shot that helps the team.
Give me another example of a three-point shooting big that I can look up real quick.
Wendell Carter Jr.
Does he count? Holy
I
shit.
think any that's why I think 3-point
But
shooting
I'm
bigs and
agreeing
bigs
with- I'm
that
agreeing.
step out and
give
shoot the
give
three
me
ball
what you think Wendell Carter's shooting this season.
around like 32, 33%?
No. I'm not. This is Vucevic. I'm not looking at Wendell. It's gonna be 27 for sure. 27 to 28.
He's shooting 41% from 3
Oh,
on
shit.
3
wow.
attempts tonight.
But then it's so much themes
How
that
many
go into that. You
attempts
said how many
Three.
attempts?
Three?
Three
Three
attempts.
attempts
It's going to be a low
Shit.
value, and it's either going to be like a crazy
What did
percentage
you
or
last year?
35%.
That's actually
Okay,
The year
let me-
before that, 32%.
So that's my question. Is he a three? Because me and you looked at Mike
Right.
like that's not a 3-point shooter. So
Yeah.
how are we gauging it? Because I don't look at Wendell like that.
When you think
But
of
I'll-
3-point shooting bigs, Cat and Porzingis. are the first two.
Porzingis, yes,
Yeah.
and Cat.
because I think
absolutely,
those
Cat.
come with volume too, so you can gauge it a little bit more.
I'm gonna say this too. I never looked at Vucevic as no 3-point scorer. Like no, I'm sorry. Obviously he can make it,
Yeah.
but he's not. I didn't look at him as a stretch. I always looked at him.
Please
as,
tell him that.
I always looked at him as a big who can score at 3 levels.
Yeah.
But he's not like the fascination with him is that he could make threes. He had 37-point games where he would make 2 or 3 threes. But I didn't look at him as like, oh, this is a stretch big. No, he's a skilled big who can do a pick and pop. He can post up, shoot in the mid range, can pass out of the post, score with his back to the basket, shoot efficiently from the free throw line, and he does have the capability of shooting threes. I think that's the big thing that I look at with bigs. I don't really like stretch bigs because they fall in love with it too much. I do love a big who can make it though.
Give me another.
Yeah,
Give me another
Like
example.
Miles Turner.
When
Miles Turner,
Valanciunas started
Miles Turner
making
came
those
to mind
shits,
too.
Miles
Yeah.
Turner can really shoot that thing.
That's what I was. Miles Turner is into that category. 'cause
He's around that Porzingis.
He's not
and Cat.
looking to kill you inside at all. Really,
Yeah.
he's looking to space it and knock it down.
and that's always been him since Texas.
He's shooting 30% this year, but 37% last year, and he was 33% for the rest of his career, except for 1 year where he's 38%,
Yeah.
You said this year he's at 30%?
33%.
33?
I feel like he's
I'll
taking a
take
lot
that.
too.
I'll take that from
yeah.
Miles Turner though.
I feel
I'll
like he's
take
taking
that
a
from-
lot. He makes a lot of big ones too, and like Haliburton needs him to
How
like.
many do he take a
He
game?
likes
4.
catching him on that top of the key 3.
What about Jokic? Jokic is the guy who also he
Jokic,
might
I
not take
would've-
the volume of threes, but he can't make
I
threes.
feel like he always makes them when he takes. In that Heat game, I remember he took a 3 and I thought this is going in. He missed it, but I feel
What
like
he at,
anytime
1.8? 2.1?
3 attempts per game,
Okay.
34.5%. Last year was 38%, then 33%, to 38%.
he's very selective with his threes.
He is.
yeah.
But he's another guy where I don't look at him as a stretch. It's just that I know he can.
Yes.
I
You
know
have
he
to
can,
respect
and
it.
you have to boom.
Yeah.
That's the word I've been looking for. Vucevic is always respected. So yeah, when he out there, you can't just be like, oh no, hell no.
You think
you're
so?
shooting 27%.
I think that other than Porzingis and Karl Anthony Towns, these other coaches are not. They're not trust. Like I would assume that 90%. I can look it up. 90% of Jokic's 3-pointers are open.
I do feel like they are stagging on him.
Yes,
They're kinda-
same thing with Vucevic. Vucevic does not take a contested 3.
we in person have seen Nikola Jokic make some stupid shit.
It is. But I agree with them too, because it's a lot of times like he's trying to feed the little post, they backing off, then it's just like, I'll take the 3.
Now I get what y'all saying from mentality. Yeah, if you're going to a game and you had to pick somebody, then yeah, we're not glued to Vucevic, but I guarantee there's been a lot of actions where a center did play a little too high because he know he can
I
make
was
it.
gonna say I've seen these centers like Wendell Carter Jr., Vucevic, anybody we talk about, they did a little pump fake and a center just flew by out them and they made a
to
move.
me, that's what respectable
That-
is.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like we can't just disregard you. We can't disregard you.
Because this number might be crazy. Let me double check. Okay. So very tight 3-pointers for Nikola Jokic this year. He has attempted 0. A very tight. Now, very tight means that somebody's 2 feet away.
Yeah.
So that's you shouldn't be taking
he's
very
never
tight.
gonna take that.
The next one is considered just tight. That's 32 attempts, 44%.
That's actually very good.
So that's 3% of his jump shots there.
So that means the rest of them are open.
the rest of them are open. The rest of them are open.
So he's hitting the contested one.
He's hitting the contested. If you
So-
shoot 34% on contested threes,
Yeah.
I'm taking that as a win.
Cause I feel like
facts.
I feel like we've seen him hit game winners and shit where it's just like ain't no way in hell he just made that
No,
shot.
he's definitely made some contested game winners. He's definitely a big shot taker. So definitely in his bag. But
What center is closely guarded like that? It's gonna be so hard to really
Cat.
closely guard them.
this cat,
If we talk about top 1% of shooters in center position,
yeah. And Cat also could put the ball on the floor.
What's his shit with closely tighted?
Who, Cat?
Yeah.
Let me look up.
Because he also the type to try to create his own shot too.
Yeah, for
So,
sure,
like-
for sure. Majority of the centers though, it's gonna be pick and pop.
I always feel
spot
like
up,
his
so it's-
teammate. I feel like always be knocking him down too. Nas Reed had a stretch where he was on fire.
Yesterday they was playing all three of them together.
Yeah, because Anthony
bonus.
Edwards got injured.
Yeah.
So they was just like, we gotta just run with what we got. Minnesota Timberwolves, we talking about close 3-point shots, right?
Who got injured? You said?
Anthony
Edwards
Edwards
left.
left.
He left early.
Because he went to go his baby.
He had the baby.
He had
Yeah.
the baby.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
She was having a baby. He left at halftime. I'm like,
I thought he
injured.
got injured.
No,
I just didn't see him on the floor
He
anymore. I
went
just
to go be
assumed.
president of his child's birth.
Yeah.
Damn, that's some Michael Jordan shit. I'm gonna play half the game, but I know my wife might be in labor or my girl might be in labor. I get half the game. He was awful in that half. I think he started off like 0 for 8.
Well, his mind probably wasn't on hoop.
Hell yeah.
so
Hell
definitely.
yeah.
I know people cashed out on that under.
Imagine you did know that
Just took out
beforehand.
under.
Just take the under.
The betting companies probably knew.
You- they know everything. No, they know
They
everything.
know
bro.
everything.
They know
It's-
everything. I agree with Darrick on this.
For
one.
real?
They
be
know
knowing
everything.
Nah, they don't. They don't. Cause I did.
You sound like a degenerate now.
I'm just going against y'all. I'm just going against you.
I did like one of the goofiest things ever, and I'm mad. I'm finna actually tell y'all this, but look, I was watching the Mavs.
I
game.
guarantee this ain't gonna be top 5 goofiest shit you done.
I was watching the Mavs game, right? I was watching the Mavs game, and it was like 3-4 seconds. This when Kyrie had messed up his ankle or whatever it was, and he left.
You ready for this?
I was like, let me go ahead and put some money on the under. I actually put money on the over on it. But his for the whole halftime though, because it literally happened like right before half, his stuff was still up there because they thought he was gonna come back. But I was like, ain't no way he coming back from that shit.
How you accidentally put on the over?
I don't know because I
As
checked my
goofy
phone.
as that is, that's right. That's not even top 5.
I checked my
It's not
phone
top
after the
5.
game. I was like, oh yeah, I remember I put it on the bet, and it said $0. I looked back, it said I got it wrong because I put the over.
You was being too fast.
I was.
You knew
'Cause I
they
knew they was
gonna
gonna take it down.
Yes.
Say it, Pierre.
Huh?
Say it.
What?
Thirsty people.
Don't never
Oh yeah.
prosper.
Yeah. Thursday niggas never prosper. Hey, the goofiest shit you did. You took this picture, gave me.
Bro, I was looking at my phone and I got.
Yeah, what picture was that? by
Yeah,
the
I
way?
don't know.
it
what
was
was it?
you
Hey,
eating like
Slim.
some salad or some shit.
Oh yeah, it was. You eating some
Oh,
salad. That's when you
yeah.
was acting like I'm gonna eat a salad every day this
Oh
year.
yeah.
I was
So
going
of
through
course
my
I own that
phone.
picture. Who else would be in my
Bro,
house
it was
doing
literally
that?
a selfie.
Yeah.
It was literally a
I was going
Snapchat
through my
selfie. And he told me, did you
I
take
was
this picture?
looking for a moment so I could post this picture because that's from when he was crying,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey, thank you.
For what?
You like I was laughing at Mike, but I thought I was the only person who felt like that was like hilariously like crazy.
It was.
But when you kept going, it allowed me to just let it. I was trying to suppress it because Mike was like, "Y'all just gonna keep laughing." So I was like, "All right, let me just try to hold my composure in this Uber." But then you kept going, and I just could let it out. And
Yeah,
I was
it was a clown. I
crying,
was like,
bro.
damn, that shit was that funny because it's like 10 minutes later. And he don't got the regular laugh. He got that like witch cackle laugh still going on.
Bro, I was crying like I just heard.
I was crying too.
I was crying like when I found out Kobe passed away. Like that's how wet my face was with tears of like just like holy shit, bro. I cannot believe he just did that.
Yeah.
And the fact that you kept it up here, it would be one thing if he said it's like a second. He waited and waited for the dude to turn around, and dude had to turn around, and then you
Dude
looked
turned
up
around quick.
and you realize like, oh shit, hell no. You did some other silly shit that we get to. You had us go to the wrong arena.
Wrong arena, yeah. That was same
That
day.
wasn't
That was
was
the same day.
That
That
yes.
was same day.
that was an honest mistake though.
And then we all just got the stupid bug because we talking about, oh, maybe it's up this ramp. And then that ramp, it was like,
No, bro, that ramp shit was crazy. It was literally a handicap ramp for people
I felt
to avoid the stairs.
That's the stupidest I ever felt.
Same.
We like, oh, maybe we got to go up here, and
that
we
should have been our
literally,
sign to just go home.
we literally
Like,
saw
go to hell.
the same people we just passed. We saw them, and I was like, oh my gosh, we stupid.
The next thing we got is the Indiana Pacers. Right now, they are falling all the way down to the 8th seed. The pairing, and of course, it's still early, the pairing of Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Haliburton has played 300 minutes together. They have a negative net rating. Tyrese Haliburton's had the worst game of his career. High school, grammar school, like
He
Absolutely.
literally didn't score.
minus
Yeah.
40. And now they're a play-in team
That should
after making a
never
big
happen
acquisition.
again.
What's the panic meter?
I said like a 6.
What am I panicking on?
So it could be on a couple different things. It could be, because Tyrese has not looked good since he's come back from the injury. The hammy injuries, we know hamstring injuries can linger. Could you be panicking about the fact that the pairing hasn't looked as good so far? And obviously,
I asked y'all that last episode of how y'all felt about Pascal going back. Y'all was like, oh yeah, he's going to go back.
I think he 100, I can't say
I don't
100%.
think it's-
Pretty confidently saying he is going back, but I guess it could be something in the
But
back
if
of your mind.
Philadelphia, like, hey,
They got money.
I think they should
Yo,
be one
who?
of the teams that should throw some money.
yo,
at him.
homie, Joel Embiid, we know y'all.
Cameroon, baby, like this.
I would panic just because like what we thought was gonna be our go-to was like us putting up crazy amount of points every day, like every game. It's just you haven't been able to, like you're kind of losing that. So I don't know. The defense still hasn't been like as you want either. So a lot of things just not going your way.
As you want, and defense don't exist.
I mean, they know that though. They know that though. That's why they
But the
brought
Pelicans shot 91% from the field in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's the highest ever in franchise record. I mean, in franchise history.
91%. And it ain't like all layups. Brandon Ingram was post fade, double team.
Oh, that post fade turnaround over two
yeah.
people.
Come on,
boy,
man.
Sit y'all asses down. Y'all silly. Don't play. And y'all talking about you over here talking about you don't know what to think of the Pelicans. Your response is already wrong. You supposed to be like, you was saying the same shit. I agree with you.
The Pacers don't have the best offense in basketball
don't.
anymore either.
That's the thing that hurts them.
I never was a fan of the style because
hard to sustain it.
I felt like everything they did good offensively, they gave it back up defensively. They shoot threes good, they gonna let you shoot threes. They score a lot of points, they'll let you score a lot of points. So I liked it for watching. It was fun. I like Tyrese Haliburton. That's the homie. But as far as winning, I never really looked at them like that. Somebody brought up not a good point. A point I wanted to ask y'all about when me and Darrick was going back and forth. A lot of people was also munching on me because I'm like the Knicks, whatever. Somebody was saying that they think Tyrese Haliburton is injury prone. Do y'all think he is? Because that kind of surprised me. I never seen that type of talk before.
No, I also think it's too early to tell.
Yeah.
But I would say no. I mean, you got to think about, when I think about injury prone, it's
It's
not
like you're
just
out for the whole season.
Meniscus tears and shit like
it's
that.
not just what you injure, it's how you injure.
Yeah.
Tyrese's injury was like a freak accident. He hyperextended himself. Like he damn near did a split on a wet
Yeah,
spot.
yeah,
Like
he
you
did.
can't he can't control that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now if he was going up for a layup and then his ankle splattered into a million pieces, now that's different than like a freak accident. Well, I mean, it should be happening.
I had an ankle injury. When you say shit like that, it give me a visual picture. I mean,
That's
it's
when
like
you
when
say
somebody
injury prone.
You ever know somebody that been shot when it rained? And
They feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah,
watch
oh,
an ankle
yeah.
injury, I feel it.
You know I do too. That's why I be all in the
Now, that
mic.
shit I would never understand. He be over
Yeah,
there.
you be
I be feeling
for
it.
real.
I be feeling it.
Injury prone though,
When I think it,
it's
when I think of somebody getting
No,
to the
I
injury
can't say
prone
that
thing,
yet.
it's who I said a couple of pods ago. It was like LaMelo Ball, bro. I feel like he's been like hurt every season.
Yeah, like LaMelo and Lonzo have shown that they're kind of like
Yeah, LaMelo
wait,
just.
injury. I'm looking at his games play. Injury prone is kind of crazy.
For Tyrese?
Yes.
That's what I said. I
yeah.
never had heard that before. I'm like,
No.
what? So I'm like, let me make sure I ain't, you know what I'm saying, got no blinders on because I like him.
His rookie season, he missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. He missed 9 out of 72 games. Of course, that was the year where the league got shortened. His second year, he played 77 of 82. Like, that's damn near every game.
Yeah.
Is he going off these last 2 years?
I was going to say last year, he played 55 games,
Which is still good.
which is, it wouldn't be enough to qualify.
No, it wouldn't be
It's,
enough to
that's
qualify, yeah.
55 games would be like 73%
Yeah.
of the season. But also part of that is like his team was like, let's go in to get a top 10
Yeah.
pick. You know, part of that. And of course, this year, he's only missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not only he missed 10 games so far.
Well,
this
I
year.
mean, he had like this injury, and then I swear he had one before that. When Pascal was this when they basically just traded for Pascal. Tyrese was missing some games, so it's been
that was the hammy injury. And
So
then he
it's been
came back to play against Portland that one game. They lost to Portland, and then he missed 5 straight games.
Probably was like, it don't feel good.
Oh, not yeah. He missed 5 straight games, and then he was on a minutes restriction for the next 5 games.
so it's probably just a little bit of recency bias and just everything that's been going on. Because I never really got that vibe from Tyrese.
Let me see.
Yeah.
It's got to be like continuous
Tyrese get hurt,
season
Iowa State?
ending to like 4 or 5 months out type of injuries. I feel like, at least to me.
Now, LaMelo Ball's a name that you brought up. I'm a little bit afraid of that
Me too.
personally with LaMelo. 33 games, 36 games last year, only 22 games this year. 50 games in his first year, obviously again, shortened year.
He also could be talking about Iowa State. He did have that. He had a wrist injury
Yes, and that's why he didn't share his medicals with certain teams.
He was done for the season. Yep, 2020. Iowa State Haliburton is done for the season after suffering a left wrist fracture during the first half of the. Yeah.
Anyway, panic meter, Pacers.
I'll go 8, just because they're a team that it looked like they were poised to like at least remotely compete this year. For them to be falling like this, especially when you go and get an All NBA type talent and Pascal Siakam, it's kind of worrisome to see that you can't stay afloat. You're just kind of your head is barely above water now.
4. Only reason it's 4 is because I don't have this. I fell off of that hype train that I was at the beginning of the season, and I stopped looking at them as a team that could really compete. I didn't really think they could compete. And then when I looked at the top echelon of the Eastern Conference, I really was just like, all I wanted for them was to build on what they was doing. I love that they bought into Pascal or somebody. I wanted them to go make some type of move. But it was always like building something for the next years and staying on top of the momentum of not being in the lottery again. But I never looked at them as like at the beginning. Maybe that first month I was like, oh, you know what I mean?
That's why similar to the Magic. I was thinking for the Pacers, and it's kind of changed since then, but it's like the Pacers, they got something over there, like in terms of if they were in the playoffs, maybe they could get a team out of there in the first round because they just can get hot and they can score so many points. I still think they carry that type of swag where it's like it's hard. It's easy to score on them. Let's just be real, but you can't really have no off night if they hot because they could put up those
at one
points.
point that was looking scary. Like
when they was beating the Bucks.
In a playoff series, I probably wouldn't be worried at all. But in a play-in where I know they could really like get on fire, I might be a little worried.
Yeah, now if they were to match up with the Bucks, I'm just like, oh, the Bucks are no.
Same.
Yeah, wipe the floor.
Before
Any of them
that,
top
yeah.
four.
Yeah.
Before
Any
that, I
of
was
them top
like,
four.
damn, the Pacers they might be better than the Bucks this season.
Because they definitely don't want to play the Celtics in the first round.
Oh hell,
Celtics, Bucks.
Tyrese will have to deal with Drew
Cavs.
and that's
Derrick
why we
White
love
all
it because they
game.
beat teams like the Bucks or like the Celtics. Like I don't know, they just had it early in the
they could
season.
put up points.
It's been a long time since they had me feeling the way they
Yeah,
did
yeah.
around that moment. So
They had their momentum at the beginning, but it's kind of sizzled out a little bit. Maybe they could get it back. They can get it back.
Possible. It's definitely
Get
possible.
it back like Stella.
it's like my new 2K picture.
Next team we got. Next player we got. Darrick. It's your boy. What is our worry meter on Damian Lillard? This is his efficiency is 1% better than the year where he had the abdominal injury.
And that's all he used to tell me. It's a domino. It's a domino. When I picked Trae Young over him, it's the domino.
Yeah.
So how are we feeling panic-wise for Dame going forward with the rest of this season and then for the playoff push?
If you're talking about winning a championship, which is their ultimate goal, it's like a 6 or a 7. Just because you need him to be playing like Dame Dollar that you know he is, in order for them to be that team that looks like a legitimate threat. I know they still look good. Giannis is playing amazing, but when it comes playoff time, you need that 1-2 duo that you know you can consistently rely on every night. And so far, Dame efficiency isn't there. He isn't shooting the ball well. For some reason, lately he's been rebounding the ball crazy. He's had a few 9
Said
rebounds.
Devin, I'm gonna contribute one way.
So the assist numbers are there though. He's still playmaking at a good level. So he's trying to contribute even though his shot's not falling in other ways, but we got to see. So for me right now, it's like a 7.
I would say like I'm not really worried about that at all, man. It's Damian Lillard. And I'm surprised he ain't said the same thing. I'm not worried about Damian Lillard putting the ball in the cup and being efficient. I know when it comes down to it, he going to do it. It might be the regular season, but I know Damian Lillard is one of the guys. He's a playoff riser. He's going to give us his best.
So you're gonna give it a number?
A 1.
Oh, so like
I'm not
basically
worried about
nothing
that.
at all. Okay, interesting. What about you, Pierre?
For Damian Lillard, I'm kind of on Mike's side with this one, man. Damian Lillard is just one of those dudes that it's tough for me to really worry about when we're talking about the offensive side of the basketball. If y'all was up here asking how much do I think he can guard somebody in a series, maybe that'll move me a little bit. But I agree with Mike. I think when the lights turn on and it get to that moment, he's gonna be ready. He's just that guy that I just think that me and my dad was talking about it the other day because he was saying that EJ got to learn how to stay in the mode, like in the zone, because the zone is the hardest thing to get into, but it's the easiest thing to get out of. Like it can take you a lot to get in the zone, but like one celebration after a shot and you out of your zone just like that because you wanted to tweak. And I was like, man, it sounds like you're describing Damian Lillard. He is no nonsense. Damian Lillard, we see it all the time. He's, to me, and people can argue Steph Curry, and it won't be a wrong argument, but to me, we don't see anybody that gets in that zone more than Damian Lillard. The last however many years you want to talk about, as far as getting into a zone, Damian Lillard would do that, and it's especially going to happen in the playoffs. And I think the more and more we talk about it, or the more people try to doubt or sway away, and I'm not saying nobody trying to do that up here, I think the more likely it's going to happen on that playoff.
If he was the fire a little bit more.
The playoff is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be the first series, the second series. It might be the biggest stage. It might be whatever.
Might be the NBA Finals.
It's going to happen.
I just never felt like it was cool to overreact to like numbers, just especially when it's a special type of talent too. I remember it was like a couple years ago, Jason Tatum didn't start off so hot. There was like Jaylen Brown, the better one. They all the stuff about
that,
Jason
bro.
Tatum.
They was saying that dumb
because he was
shit.
just shooting bad. I'm like, bro, just give it a little time and get the shooting numbers up, and y'all gonna be right back on.
We don't hear that
bro.
no more.
Can't.
We don't hear that no more.
Can't.
Nope.
No more at
Tatum
all.
put that to bed.
It happens, bro. You have stretches where you have
what did they
bad
start
shooting.
doing?
What they do?
They did that, right?
Yeah.
And then it flipped.
Nah, it's all
Jaylen
on
Brown
Jaylen
can't go
Brown.
left.
Oh, yeah.
But this is the same dude y'all was saying y'all would take over Tatum. It's so crazy. The
media
same
flip-flops.
dude, man.
They
I couldn't
flip-flop.
believe that shit. And I'm glad you said I don't watch basketball like that, ever have. Hey, it's cool. The only time it's cool when they do that shit is when it's a young player. The last 15 games of the year, Bilal Coulibaly was averaging 27. That's the only time that shit is acceptable. Don't tell me that about nobody established. I don't give a damn what Jaylen Brown averaged the last 9 games of
So
the
you
year.
don't care that Paul George
Paul-
shooting 27%
yeah, I don't care about
from
this
three
shit.
last 15?
I don't care.
It's gonna come back up.
Now if you add the knee injury.
I don't care.
Okay.
What'd you say?
You had the knee injury to
No,
the Paul
before that,
George
what'd you
shit.
say?
No, I ain't say nothing.
No, you said I don't care about Paul George doing. I ain't even let you finish.
27% from three. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was 30.
I did the finger wax. It was cool.
But no, I don't be tripping off this
I
shit,
cover
man.
bases.
Not with the established dudes. When you tell me 64 games, Paul George, for something like that, then I'm gonna say, oh shit, but
Well,
PG.
Can we
Let me
get Paul
call
George
you.
to 64 game?
Let me call you, PG. PG, what's going on, man? Is it the podcast? Everybody don't need a podcast, PG. Let me know if you need me to fill in
That
for you.
podcast is very lucrative, man. I know what type of money them betting companies putting out there. Paul George, they might want
ain't
to
more-
retire right now.
It ain't more lucrative than what he making on the NBA court.
Yeah, no, not even close. Not even close.
But you know what's crazy to me? There is no Paul George shoe. Every time I see that shit, it just blows my mind.
I wonder what was the determining factor for that.
Yeah.
Was it just because like Ja Morant's in the league now and Devin Booker got his own signature shoe? They only keep a certain amount of.
I seen
active
somebody say
signies?
that. I seen somebody like, man, well, they got these two new dudes, and it made me think about like when I was a kid. That sounds right.
Well, I
There's
mean, at the
never
end of the
been.
day, they're not gonna get rid of a brand or line that's selling like crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that has something to do with it.
But then somebody put up the numbers from it might have been Diapolo. He might have showed some numbers. I don't remember. But Paul George's shoe was one of the top ones. So I don't know.
I like the shoe designs. I
Yeah,
thought
they were nice.
I think the numbers will back up that Paul George shoe was a top selling shoe. But
So
Nike
Ja
has never
Morant-
been a guy that is Nike has never been a company that's finna put out 12 lines though,
Yeah.
at once.
Right.
Because then they got to compete against each other.
So Ja and D Book are probably more marketable.
You got Ja, D Book, Bron, KD.
Kobe's are now still there.
Yeah, Kobe, I guess you could still say. That's 5, right? Who am I forgetting anybody?
You said KD?
Yeah.
He did say KD.
Yeah.
It's 5. And then before that, you had Bron, KD, Kobe, Paul
I can
George,
look this up
Kyrie,
right now.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of like signatures.
So is 5 a number? It's 5. They
You say
like
Giannis?
Oh,
Oh,
Giannis. There you
Giannis,
go,
yeah.
Giannis.
I wonder what his shoe sales are looking at.
I mean, Greece, they probably going crazy.
Giannis shoe. I like Giannis shoe. I don't know how I feel about the newest one with that big ass swoosh.
Yeah. A
it's-
lot of the Nike Siggies are
I think
kinda
it's such a
weak.
different thing
Not in
for
the
saying
NBA.
like I like that shoe versus you see
But
that
I
when
mean,
you
I
go
guess
to the
we-
gym,
yeah,
you
he
see
right.
that you see that shoe on people's feet.
Sabrina, because her shoe.
Sabrina Ionescu.
Her shoe is.
Yeah.
I'm talking about she's not in the NBA. Yes, she is. Basically.
Aja Wilson got a pair. But are these Jordan or are these Nike? I think these are
They're the
Nike.
Fusions.
They're Nike.
Fusions.
Fusions.
I need to
Actually,
give me a
I
pair of
just saw
Fusions.
these at the store around the corner here. I didn't know they were Aja Wilsons though.
Let me see.
They kind of look like a
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know
99?
I didn't know that was
Yeah.
her shoe either. That looked like an Air Max.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does look like the Air Max 99s.
I love what LeBron said though when he said that Bronny and Bryce was in some of the meetings with Nike for his new like his last two shoes.
Yeah.
It got the next generation because that's what they made it for. They made it for the next generation. So
That's cool.
he was like, how could I, like what could I do to get y'all to wear y'all dad's shoe? Because I know they weren't trying to wear that big bulky ass LeBron 17.
I bought a pair of LeBrons. I have worn them once, maybe twice. Couldn't do it no more, bro. Them sit in my closet.
The 20s are the only ones that can go across.
I
every
got the
position.
Big Bang ones, them orange ones that came out.
I
Also.
got those
You got
too.
them?
I
Yeah.
got those too. I have not put them on my foot.
I hooped in them a couple times. They cool. I like them because they LeBrons.
I be forgetting that I have those Martin LeBrons.
You should.
I like them though. They clean.
No, they are. But I remember you wore them with a horrific fit one time. That White
I
Sox
did.
game.
I did. Yep. It
With
didn't
the-
match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But that is a good show. I'm just giving you
Yeah.
shit. I got the Bo Jackson ones. I don't wear them as much as I should.
You wear your South Beaches. Are those the South Beaches?
No, those are All Stars.
All the All Stars. Yeah.
Yeah, I never got the South Beaches. I should. Any other panic meters?
Yeah, the last one. Nobody. Mike, what's your panic meter? Darrick, what are your panic meter on the New York Knicks?
I knew it was gonna be the Knicks.
They're the 4 seed, 2-game losing streak, 3-7 in the last 10, only a game and a half above the play-in. OG Anunoby just started non-contact basketball stuff, so hopefully he's back soon. Julius Randle is still up in the air, I guess. I saw different reports this morning
Yep.
as I was researching. So, talk to me.
Y'all talk to him.
It's probably like a 5 for me right now.
Say how you really
Just 'cause,
feel.
like,
I ain't gonna argue
No,
with you.
no, I'm not. It's a 5 right now, just because health. If I don't get an update on Julius Randle and we don't know how OG is gonna play when he's back with his elbow injury as a defender, your elbow is kind of important. Like it's
As a
very
basketball player.
yeah. So it can hinder your shooting, hinder you wanting to be physical, playing defense and all that. So depending on how he looks when he's back, it can go up to like an 8 or 9 because this is a team that they were looking very, very good at one point.
They look unmesswittable.
So like now it's like, damn, now it's just Jalen Brunson. It's a Jalen Brunson show, and he pretty much has to try to keep him afloat.
And he does
He
his
does
best.
his
at
best.
it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I still
We gotta get the TV on this TV.
wow.
College
gotta get the
basketball.
TV on the
this
TV.
We gotta get
Because basketball.
We need the little TV that works on top of the big TV that don't work no more.
Yeah. I'm
Well, it's the
tired.
same way as the other one. Austin just got to drag it over if we really wanted to. But panic meter.
We ain't got
Knicks.
no remote though.
I would say like a 4. Ace really comes like D-Mail said.
Exactly.
They got to come back healthy. That's
Which
really
one is
it.
it?
Even
Maybe an 8.
Yep. Actually, a 10. A 10.
I got another team for a quick panic meter.
Oh, hell yeah.
Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, I ain't even thinking
yeah.
about teams that weren't good.
Atlanta Hawk. Trae Young out for a month too.
Yeah.
At least a
What
month.
was the game they just lost? They lost against a bad team.
I think they lost to the.
God, please look that up for
I'll
me.
look it up.
Because I watched the first half of the game. It's like, oh, Atlanta got this in the bag. I
The
looked back.
Nets. It was the
was
the
the
Nets.
Nets. Oh,
I didn't
that
have
was
to look back because I was like,
that was a horrible
the
loss.
Nets.
Oh, my God.
That was a horrible loss.
Yes, bro.
The only thing good about that was Kobe Buffkin minutes.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
So, yeah, that's I ain't got no panic meter million. Because we was like, oh, snap, it's
Mikal
DeJounte
Bridges
Murray.
play that game?
You said they what?
think he
Mikal
did, yeah, I
Bridges.
think
And
he
if
did.
he
Oh,
did, he didn't do shit.
Because we was like, yeah, DeJounte Murray
Cam
time.
Johnson was killing, I think.
Lose
Right, and we
to the
thought the
Nets.
narrative was going to start happening.
I mean, I guess no, my panic is a 0 because we know they're going to make a trade. We know, like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. One of those two guys is gone. If not, both of those two guys are going to be gone. So, 0 on the panic meter.
Yeah.
Just
Them boys
the
let
facts.
Dennis Schroeder almost get a triple double on
Yes, he
him.
had like 28, 8, and
He
7.
had 23, 8, and 7.
23.
Cam
8, 7.
Johnson had a 30 ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cam Johnson.
Killer Cam, man. Killer Cam. That's a panic meter.
I think it was pretty
Y'all
good.
make sure y'all head over to Pee Wee the Gamer and tune into the Atlanta Hawks series. I just said that because people always commenting like, man, I never knew this existed.
Well,
Now-
you got to do the promo at the top of the show.
I do. But according to all of them, they watched the
They
full
watched
thing.
the whole thing.
But the funny thing is, now that I did that, people watch. And they commenting on episode 2 as if I can do anything now.
yeah.
You 7 episodes late. I'm glad you watching and commenting, but it's like, man, I don't know if you should do that. It's like, bro, I did it. I did it. I don't know if you should trade him. I hate to spoil it, bro. I traded his ass. Oh, man.
Derek, what you got to promo? Because you did a video and it's been about a week or so. And we
You know
still
what's
ain't
funny?
seen
I
it.
uploaded
What
it
I say
yesterday.
earlier in the show, he got to do what?
Lock in. I remember what you said.
You got to do more.
Work.
Where's that? I thought we had a vlog coming.
It's up. I have to now take it back down.
My bad. Why? You
Got
put some
flags.
music in it?
I did. I've done it twice already, and it keeps getting flagged. So
What are you doing?
There's one song in there that's like
In the
it's like-
background?
yeah, it's 10 seconds. I thought it was 30 seconds, but it's literally it was more than 10 at one point. I chopped it down to where it's like 10.
When it gets flagged, is it just copyright or
Yeah,
is it
copyright.
visibility?
Copyright.
It don't matter.
Okay.
If you're happy with your vlog, whatever money you were gonna make on that vlog, it ain't life changing.
No, it's not.
So if
I
you
was thinking
just-
about just uploading it anyway.
Yeah, I would say just upload, especially if you can't edit around it.
Yeah.
Don't scrap the whole vlog because you're gonna miss
No, I
out on a
wasn't.
few dollars.
No, I wasn't gonna scrap the whole vlog. I was just gonna cut out that clip, but I thought it was a funny clip.
Then
So I
keep that
mean-
shit in for
So I
sure.
was just gonna click.
Is
Yeah.
it at the golf spot?
Yeah.
That
When
makes
next thing
sense.
I want to go?
I got to go to New York next week, and I got to do stuff leading up to going to New York.
Like
We
what?
can go.
Relax.
I got to go get my hair retwisted, cut. I got to get a new.
When you tryna
some
go?
Clothes.
What you doing? What you doing after this podcast?
Date night.
Well, oh
gotta
shit.
go
That makes sense.
Pierre, yeah, jackhead, duh.
Yeah, you got that on right now.
Stupid question for me.
But we could probably go some weekend or either after 5 or some weekdays.
Let me know.
Something I wanted to talk to you about. This is not it's not a podcast topic. But we can wrap. Thank
No,
y'all.
come on.
This is not
Oh, it's not for the podcast?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. We appreciate y'all watching or listening to this episode of Numbers on the Board.
Matter of fact, I do got a question.
My couch came in, y'all.
That's what I wanted to
what?
talk about.
They didn't come in. I like it's scheduled it. I scheduled it to come in.
Okay, when is it coming
Bro,
in?
I was watching your stream.
Yeah.
And when you were ending your stream, you
I was
said,
feeling
"Yup,
about to-
5 days until my new couch comes."
Ask my
He
girl. I
won't
tell her
stop
that
talking
every
about
day.
this damn couch.
I say at the end of every day, I say it's another day down to my couch coming.
I get it though because
That's funny.
It's two things. My birthday is. I think the next episode is my birthday. It's two things that's been on my mind. My mom said, "What you doing for your birthday?" I don't know, but I'm gonna get a new car and a couch. I've been looking at
telling
these
you, bro.
couches and I'm like, man, which one should I get? Is it man? So is yours a sectional or is it one?
I just got
is it
one.
a U shape.
It's 3 seats. It's just like basically how you're sitting now. It's leather though. It's got
Oh, I can't wait to come.
it's
mess up
leather.
your
It's got the the adjustable seat where you can like recliner. In the middle, you could pull it down. It's got like a table. It's got the USB-C outlets. It's got regular outlets.
Ooh.
It's supposed to be cordless, so you don't even got to plug it in. It's already, I don't know how it works, but it's already got energy in it, so it only uses energy when
Energy.
it's plugged in.
Okay.
It's a nice couch.
Do you
Leather
got-
couches
it
always
already got
worry me. I
energy.
always feel like I'm sticking to them.
Yeah,
What,
so-
leather one?
Yeah.
You got the
That's because you be ass naked on them.
you
Listen,
you got the ottoman that is a storage as well.
Nah, I mean, I already got one of those. Though.
That should be
what
funny.
you got in there?
They be doing that shit on Wayfair. Like that's gonna make
I
me
got-
mad. Hey, and on top of the deal,
I got like computer parts and blankets in there.
the ottoman, you can put chips in it. Like, come on, bro. I'm
KB
grown.
got one of those things that's like a cooler. Like
Yeah, he do.
in
I
the
seen
basement.
that.
Oh yeah, my coffee table
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
cooler. It's-
I was
that
looking at
cool.
that.
I've been thinking
Speaker.
about getting a table like that.
I was thinking, yeah.
Wayfair got nightstands and shit. You could do that. I've been looking at those.
What
Do
a
you
waste of
use that
money that
cooler?
was. No, it was a waste of money. I'm never in the basement.
It just look cool. Well, yeah,
Cool.
you
have
So
such
when
a-
people come over, it's like, oh yeah, this is a Bluetooth
you a
speaker.
fool though. 'cause
Let me buy it
Let
off
me
you.
get a basement. When I get a
Yeah.
basement,
He has a.
You can buy it off-
He has
How
a
much
nice
is-
man cave, but he don't
1,000?
use it.
because he ain't
That's
a
it?
man.
He got that big ass TV,
He a
that
boy.
nice sofa, and all
Right.
that. and Just
Well,
don't.
now
use it.
I got a driver
His office
range
got push
building.
up shit. He
You
don't
got a
do
driver
push-ups.
range built in there?
I'm working on it.
I
What?
see that over there. That's what I'm finna go do. Yeah, hurry up and
Someone
wrap
like
this
what
up.
we
I'm
was
finna
just
go
talking
work.
about?
I'm finna go work on my shirt game.
not like a crazy. I literally mean like a net. Let's not act like I'm not doing
I
a
thought you was-
$20,000. No,
Yeah, he ain't got the Mr. Thompson.
I don't. My roof in my basement's not high enough to build something yet. But we're gonna get a new house in 2027.
2027?
That man.
2027.
Get him in the
I'll
house.
probably get a crib in 2027 too. Fuck it. We just all get a crib. You trying to be neighbors?
I know exactly where I'm going.
I don't-
It's a gated community.
I don't know if
We should all just move to a different state.
but I
together.
don't. What?
Actually, Dick, I'm not against that.
I'm against it.
Because as long as the show can travel, I don't care where
Yeah.
I live.
Oh, that is a good point. Where you want to move? San Diego. Done. If it ain't San Diego,
I
don't
don't want
talk
to pay
to me.
those Cali taxes.
Oh, I'm good then.
I'm good.
So
Somewhere
where
in
you trying
Texas.
to go?
Somewhere in Texas.
Texas.
Nah,
Houston.
Miami.
Texas. Hey, we
You could do some
you
in
get
Texas.
a 13
That's
bedroom
for-
I would
crib.
say, hell yeah.
That's for sure.
You know how many people move to Texas and gotta A huge house?
Yeah,
Hey,
I think
you
that's
know
the
what's-
problem. We just gonna keep importing new
For
people
sure.
to Texas.
But you know
we
the
should
crazy
go-
thing is?
we should go Dakota or something. One of the Dakotas.
Oh, I want to be disappointed.
All my exes live in Texas. Like I'm George Strait. All my exes live in Texas. You ever heard the song, or you just know the Drake line?
I just know the Drake line.
If next time you go to Bass Pro or something,
Okay.
it might be in the back. All my exes live in Texas.
No. No.
Hey, yeah, we
I thought-
can end.
Wrap it up.
I'm glad they ain't here.
That's your
They
problem.
might have heard
He
it. That's
always
the-
be trying to be on something. You don't know that? He know it.
He
He
just
know
pulled
the
a
song.
D
He don't
Mills.
know George Strait,
Yeah.
the actual song.
Leave a like.
He know.
Subscribe.
You stay over there. Stay over there. Be a producer.
Leave a like. Subscribe, and we'll see y'all in a couple days.
He know the